everybody, and good evening. Welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron, that's April.
Hey.
And we have another good show for you today. I'm very excited with what's been picked out. I'm very excited about the going-ons surrounding start drinking. I mean, it's early in the morning, but...
It was off mic.
We recorded this before. No, we are live, and this little universe that we've both created and joined. It's a kind of a joint thing going on. Always bears some interesting fruit. And we have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. We have, first of all, shout out and congratulations to, as we say, friend of the show, Bob Levy. The Levyland program, which had its own channel.
Yes.
That had its own little thing going on, has now joined Shuli's channel. And they're now doing Levyland on the Shuli Show YouTube channel. And instead of, 70, 80, 90, 100, people at a time watching Levyland, they now immediately shot up into 350, 400 over on Shuli's channel, which has about 10,000 subscribers and whatnot.
That's great news.
You get some Uncle Rico over there. You get the BS Show, which does... I got to be honest. The BS Show was pushing Steel Toe numbers this morning, and I don't like it.
I don't.
I like having Shuli and Bob beneath me. I don't like having these guys creep up and do my numbers because then it doesn't feel special.
It'll be okay.
When I'm doing 600 people in the morning. And then all of a sudden I watch Bob and Shuli and I saw him up at like 540 something this morning. And I went, uh-oh. That's a good show, but I don't want it to get that good.
Look.
Because then it's going to look
all friends.
Then it's going to look like all of us can do it. Not just...
Well, then you just got to keep growing.
I won't be special anymore.
Keep outgrowing them.
There
That's
you
your
go.
only
That's
answer.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Yes.
You go on Kristi's show like 4 or 5 more times. I'll try to hit up Alex's show.
Man.
I'll try to neg my way onto ROTC and the compound shows and stuff like that. And then I'll be able, we'll just we'll outrun them.
Okay.
That's what we'll have to do. That's the thing. Competition makes everybody better. That's the deal. Gino Bisconti says, "Oh, believe me, buddy, you are special." I don't need that shit today. I feel fat.
Now, is that the real one?
Yes, that's the real Gino.
Okay.
Tubby is the one where it looks like Gino's alone in a well-lit room.
With the white in the background?
Yeah, that would be our buddy Tubby, who, by the way, Tubby changed that. He meant to change it for a second and then change it back, and then he didn't realize you can only change your name once every 30 days. So, but I think there is a part of Tubby that likes being Gino.
Wouldn't we all?
I mean...
Don't you want to wake up in the morning with coffee and a cigar?
No, I was talking about that earlier. And this is not an attack, but he can feel free to call in if he feels attacked as such. That would be a disgusting way to start the day. Now, first of all, I hate coffee. But second of all, I love cigars.
Coffee's delicious.
I love cigars, but I don't want that taste and that feeling in my mouth to start the day.
Brush your teeth after.
You can brush all you want. Cigar lingers for a while. That's the problem.
It's a good buzz. Just take it.
I don't need it right away in the morning.
I do.
It's not a way to start the day for me.
I am usually really sleepy unless I've got something cool to go to.
I start the day with a Coca-Cola and some crank, and I am good to go. I get some good old school biker crank and a little glass of Coke, and I'm good to go.
I'm happy for you.
Those are the only 2 things I need. And the best thing about biker crank, doesn't leave a weird taste in your mouth unless you count the tooth fragments that you grind away.
No fentanyl yet.
Ooh, no, I can't fuck around with that shit. Old school biker crank, but no fent. I got a family to think about.
Well, hopefully they don't cut it.
Yeah. No, they cut the cocaine with fentanyl. You don't cut there's nothing to cut
That's
fentanyl.
what I'm talking about, dummy.
Oh, the meth. Oh, my biker crank.
Right.
Oh, they wouldn't put fentanyl in my
sake.
They wouldn't put fentanyl in my biker crank.
If they knew it was you, they might.
The people I buy from, they're decent people.
Just the old biker down the street.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He doesn't want to poison anybody. He knows that you don't get that return money if you poison people with fentanyl.
It's true.
So
they don't come back to buy.
It's old school glass, motherfucker.
They're dead.
It's a nice cloudy rock. I don't even smoke them anymore. I chew that shit.
So I'm assuming that crack pipe I found on the east side was yours.
Yeah, I suck them like hard candy. I make meth lozenges. I do it classy. I look like a businessman when I do biker crank. I form them into lozenges and I wrap them like with a Luden's wrapper, and then I unwrap them out, pop little meth lozenges throughout the day. Notice I'm not as congested as I was earlier.
Nope, you're not. This also explains your bad teeth.
Yeah, my teeth
they're all falling out.
My teeth have been falling apart since I was 9 years old. So
well, you should probably lay off the crack then.
No, crank.
Meth.
Biker crank.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Biker crank specifically. None of that new school shit. The old school, like, goat piss and battery acid crank. That's the stuff I do. These fucking kids today. We take some Sudafed with it. No.
Sudafed will fuck you up if you get enough.
Battery acid, goat from under cheese, and all kinds of weird biker shit in there.
It's not good.
Gino says, I am alone in a well-lit room, but I'm not going to embarrass myself and use that as my avatar. Exactly. Traffic in African says, Aaron, you feel fat because when you squeeze your side, your hand fills up with what can only be described as cottage cheese. That's not fair. It can't only be described as cottage cheese. I would also say unkneaded bread dough. You could also call it.
Are you doughy today?
Yeah.
I'm really feeling...
It's going to take me the rest of the week to recover from celebrating my birthday.
See, that I'm recovered from today.
No, I meant weight-wise.
Oh.
Weight-wise, it's going to take... It always takes me a week. You know, I'll get back to it. You know, boxing is on Thursday. I usually lose a couple of pounds in that 24-hour window because getting the piss beat out of you, you know, you sweat when you do that. So
sounds worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the brain damage. And I got my new headgear I get to try on Thursday. You bought me new headgear for Christmas. You got me new gloves.
You look like a solid dork.
Oh, man, when I go in there and I start losing rounds, I'll lose them in style.
Do you have your headgear here?
No, I put it in my locker
Damn it.
today.
That would have been really funny if you put it on
She got me the jaw headgear that has the little jaw protectors right here.
So you can't take it to the face?
I can always take it to the face, my dear. Gino says you actually do want that taste in your mouth. It's disgustingly delicious. See, I'm against it.
Keanu must love it.
I'm against it. Yeah, now she's got to suck on a cigar all day. What the hell? Car fentanyl is many times stronger than regular fent. Brian raises a good point. He's also out of his fucking mind, so that's fair.
Jesus.
M.A. Mahalik says ketamine lozenges are legit. All right.
Is that what your fisherman's friends were?
Yes, they were actually Special
meth.
K, yeah. Patrick says, Aaron, I could make you an Irish coffee that would make you change your mind about coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but the only good thing about Irish coffee is the booze.
Exactly.
Why not just have booze?
You gotta, okay. It's the same thing you've said about every alcoholic morning beverage as being an excuse to just drink in the morning, right? You need to cut it with something.
But what did I tell you? I don't play that game.
I do.
If you're going to drink hard liquor in the morning, be a fucking man about it. Be a man. Don't be a fucking pimp. Be a man. Be a man, Hogan. And drink your booze in the morning. I poured it in coffee. So that's what alcoholics do. They hide it.
I never hide it. I tell you every time.
That's like the people who put the vodka in the water bottle and they go to work and, it doesn't have a smell.
Okay.
Yeah, you think that until someone stands close to you.
That's just
Can't we just drink
awful.
our booze like regular human beings? If you're ashamed of drinking booze so early that you have to disguise it in coffee, maybe it's time for you to quit drinking for a while.
See, for people like me, it's not about disguising it. It tastes good. And I don't do that almost ever, but I'll fuck with some Irish coffee. I had the best espresso martini on Sunday morning.
The denial of alcoholism is troubling. We could admit our problems and we could be rid of them.
Look,
but instead we make excuses.
I don't do mimosas. I don't do Bloody Marys, but I'll do some coffee.
See,
every time.
April's Parents Hobby Farm says, God, I don't know why I'm a fan of this show. Aaron is such a pussy dork. I'm not the pussy. I'm the one saying, drink your booze in the morning. Quit hiding it. Well, I put a little coffee in there. I'm a productive citizen. You're a fucking worthless drunk. You're no better than some guy who's swinging a bottle of Taka while he's walking down the streets pissing his pants.
What?
You're the same person. I put a little coffee in there.
You're talking about me right now sometimes.
All right, so if a bum walks down the street and he's drinking booze at 8 in the morning, he goes, it just helps me get up. And you do the same thing, but you put coffee on it. That somehow makes you a better person.
You've never enjoyed a mimosa on vacation in the morning?
I have, but you know why? Because I want to get drunk in the morning while I'm on vacation.
I don't do this on a weekday. Holiday weekends, I think that's fine.
Right. So anyone who wants to say, I just put the booze in the coffee because I like my coffee that way. You fucking don't. I just want this world. I want to live in an honest place.
I think it's being pretty clearly honest when they're drinking it in front of you.
Yes, I want to live in an honest world where people don't, I'm going to have a Bloody Mary on a Sunday morning after I was drinking. Why? You like cold tomato juice? You like cold tomato soup? You fucking degenerate? No. You want to drink booze, but you don't want to go and go, hey, I'll have a double whiskey at 7:30 in the morning. You think there's something shameful about that. It's just as shameful to order it and then dump tomato juice over it because now you're hiding. Now you're hiding your booze. At least I have more respect for the guy who goes, bartender, I want a double shot of whiskey with my eggs, rather than someone goes, yes, I'll have a Bloody Mary, and you don't have to go too heavy on the vodka. I just, because it's more for the tomato taste. Those people are full of shit, and they should be put in re-education camps.
Where did the booze touch you? My God, son.
I don't like...
I don't know anybody who does a double shot of whiskey in the mornings. I don't know anyone around
you
that drinks in the mornings.
Yes, you do.
Who?
People who get Bloody Marys. People who get Irish coffees.
Whiskey.
But it's the same concept. That's what I'm telling you
man.
people. You people have all been raised. You know who I am? I'm Rowdy Roddy Piper and They Live with the glasses on. The rest of you have the glasses off, so you see the world as normal. I look like the crazy guy. I know what the fucking score is, and the rest of you are sitting around going, you don't drink a lot of booze like that guy ordering a double shot in the morning. You guys are doing the same thing. You're just putting in more carbs and calories, so now you're dying quicker, you stupid fuck. Anyway, how are you doing this evening?
I'm fantastic.
Okay.
I'm a little sore from my workout today.
Oh, really? Yeah, me too. I
really gave it hard.
Way too much upper body stuff today, I think. I didn't balance it out.
I did a lot of butt stuff today.
Oh, well, that's...
a lot of butt stuff.
It's unfortunate. I wish I were there. Let's go to a lot of people are writing in about my recent rant. So let's clean up the devastation that my rant left behind, and then we'll get to more things on today's show.
Can we answer one thing first before you touch the chat?
Sure.
Why was that so personal for you?
Because I'm telling you, and you don't listen to me.
I don't drink in the morning.
You
ever.
don't take me at my.
So it's
you
not
don't
me.
listen. You don't take me at my word.
Okay.
I listened to growing up and took to heart the teachings of two people.
Okay.
The amazing Randy and Patrice O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
And those two, what they had in common that I liked so much is they wanted to live in a world where they not only saw things honestly, but they encouraged and even bullied others into being honest as well, because it's a better world to live in. I'm a true believer in this shit. So I just want people to be honest. I mean, yes, I also want them to go, by God, you're right, Aaron. But it's because I know I am.
Okay.
And I just want them to live in an honest place. Choking on my spit, I'm going to be fine. We could eliminate the Bloody Mary tomorrow because nobody actually likes it. They just want to cover up the shame drinking that they're doing with tomato juice.
I think that's not true, though.
You ever see
I think a lot of people actually really enjoy those. I don't.
How many people at 9 p.m. order a Bloody Mary?
I don't know.
Exactly.
There are different drinks for different things, though.
Bullshit.
You're sitting here yelling at people for mixing a drink, by the way, when you make whiskey cokes often.
I'm not shitting.
You know what I
no,
mean?
You're not understanding what I'm saying then. A cocktail is fine.
No, you're saying that's people trying to hide it.
I'm saying the Bloody Mary or any kind of there's no such thing as a morning drink or an evening drink. Just like there's no such thing as breakfast. It was created by farmers. It's a conspiracy. Eat whatever you want in the morning. Who gives a flying fuck?
Oh, Aaron just met the rabbit hole. It's gone now.
I can't go down. I can't go all this way.
This is insane.
I can't get into farmers tonight. I'll be here all
Jesus
goddamn day.
Christ.
Those fucking commie bastards. Oh, they're the salt of the earth and they feed this country. You can do it all in a factory. We're fine.
I love farmers.
You're right. They're just the salt of the earth.
They really are. I've loved everyone I've ever met. Almost.
You're biased. All right, let's I got a bunch of people writing in. I'm just going to pick a random place in the chat and pick it up from there. Let's hear. Weed is bad, says M.A. Mahalik. As people drink literal poison, it's mass marketed to them. Makes sense. Yeah, alcohol is poison. You're not supposed to have any of it in your body. None. Zero. That's why hangovers are so bad. You literally poison yourself.
But you still do it, and you have to admit it's pretty fun.
What, drinking?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not the one who needs to admit anything. I'm honest about what I am.
I think most people in here are, too. Like, if you went to any of these people, I bet I love having a drink in the morning on occasion. You
say that in hindsight, but then you still put the booze in the coffee.
But that's no different than mixing a bourbon Coke. How don't you see that? People don't just drink booze typically.
Incorrect. If people were drinking coffee with their booze at 8 at night, I would agree with you.
I've done that before.
The coffee part is a fucking lie to cover up because you're ashamed that you're drinking so early in the morning. Why not pour yourself a bourbon Coke? It's the same drink as it is at 9 o'clock at night.
A lot of people don't like pop in the morning.
It's caffeine. They're drinking coffee.
But it's sugar.
There's sugar in there's sugar in people's coffee.
Not in my coffee.
Creamer. That's not
a tiny splash of half and half.
See, we're getting
There's
the
no
truth out.
sugar in that.
We're getting the truth out slowly
There's a
but
few
surely
carbs
here.
in it.
You sweeten it up a tiny bit.
Oh my God.
I don't like this. People need to be
I don't know how
honest.
this started. Something weird happened. Well, this is all Gino's fault because we were talking about his coffee and cigar. That's your fault.
Don't you blame this on Gino Bisconti?
No, Gino's fine.
He's an innocent.
You talked about him.
Listen to me. You have been raised and you have lived in the Matrix. I'm trying to unplug everyone. That's my goal. Aaron needs to switch to decaf or Sanka, says Dabbler's Unanimous. You might not be wrong. I will check into that. I don't drink coffee, so I may need to cool it on the biker crank.
Yeah, I don't know where any of this piss and vinegar is coming from because he was dead half an hour ago.
Gray Idol says, LOL, Aaron talking about alcohol, and it takes him 3 drinks to not rip his shirt apart. That's true.
Very true.
That's very true. But that has, again,
everyone saw it.
That does not disprove anything I've said. Doesn't disprove a damn thing I've said. Hulkamasha baby. Oh, where'd it go? God damn it
What,
to
are you
heck.
drunk?
Shoot. Yep, I'm hammered at the moment. Says, I love Bloody Marys, and yes, I've had one watching a movie in a theater. All right, that's fine.
There you go.
At least you can admit you're a homosexual. I respect that.
I think Hulkamash is a man's man.
No, he said he drinks Bloody Marys in movie theaters. I'm pretty sure that is literally a half step away from sucking a cock in a glory hole.
You know why I don't like Bloody Marys? I don't like vodka. It's not my thing.
TNK,
gross.
the neighbor's kid, says, maybe I just don't want to see the look on the waitress at Denny's face when I ask for 6 shots of vodka. That's my point. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. That was my point. It's the shame.
But you're insane. Like, nobody's sitting here, like, forcing you to drink it. And you're being crazy.
I want people to be honest with themselves and the rest of the world. I don't want to live in a lying world.
Well,
I don't want to live in a world of liars. See, look at the way he said that. I don't want to see the judgment on someone else's face when I order what I want. Order what you want. Let them deal with their feelings. Who gives a shit?
Nobody just orders like 6 shots of like whiskey at night usually for themselves.
Nobody.
Not usually for themselves.
We might, you know what? Let's camp out one night at the Litchfield like VFW or Eagles Club, and we might find one of these fucking warlocks that you're talking about.
I'm just gonna go drink with my father and ice fish. That's what's happening.
The Happy Plague Doctor with $2 says, if you go to a strip club, sit on Sniffer's Row. Don't do that.
Ew.
Don't do that.
I don't like what that's called.
Good evening, Jim Stansel. Welcome to the program.
Hello, Jim.
I gotta be honest. I blacked out for a little bit. What happened? How did we start the show?
I think this got out of hand.
Okay. Oh!
You've been cunty 2 nights in a row now.
I have not been cunty. I'm performing. I'm doing a show. We were congratulating the Reverend Bob Levy on doing his show on the Shuli Network.
And that led to rampant alcoholism and crack rocks.
Now, you know what? Now I understand how we got here. I get it now. Yeah, people are saying, Jim Stansel even saying, it is all Gino's fault that we ended up here.
Well, how dare he?
And notice that piece of shit left the minute he caused this trouble. He drops the bomb, he leaves. He's like Batman.
He probably didn't know.
Batman with alcoholism. Atomic Citizen says Aaron would cut off the oxygen supply to the Apollo 1 astronauts and not bat an eye. Counselor Toe is on a roll. Wait. Why would I cut off the oxygen to the...
Probably because they've ordered Bloody Marys before.
That's probably it.
You hate them.
Insufferable Bastards Podcast. I have to talk about them in a second. He says, just remembered I have 2 beers left from Dabble Court. Well, there you go. Drink them up. Dude, that last episode of MLC with Chad and Florentine was brutal for Chad, says Brian. I'll have to check it out. I know we beat the fuck out of Chad last night. April accused him of losing his upper lip. Losing his vagina in a car accident, and they used his upper lip to build him a new vagina. Thus why he still has his pussy, but he has no upper lip. Did I have that correct?
I'm funny.
And that caused Dabblers Anonymous to unleash a shitload of Chad memes that we gleefully showed on this program.
It was weird.
Oh, boy. Everyone has rightfully turned against Shuli, says Black Ornament. I don't
Ew.
believe that. I don't think so.
Turn against him?
I almost called him Julie. That would be true for multiple reasons. Shuli is a wonderful guy. I don't, you get, there's fans, and then there's people who, like, I think there's a lot of fans who feel a certain way about someone, and then they meet that person and they change their opinion, because it's easy to be a fan and watch someone and shit on them. I mean, we're not even people. That's fair.
We're just objects.
We're not people to them, and I totally get that. I've been there. But look, man, I've talked to Shuli. He's very nice and supportive of other show hosts and other things for no reason. He helps them out. He does their shows. I mean, he's just a really good guy. I really like Shuli. And he's a Jew, so that really helps my cred as well. So
you have to like him.
No, it helps my cred. When if I go on a Jew rant and then people go, "Oh, you're anti-Semitic," I just grab Shuli out of a box somewhere and I go, "Look, it's a Jew," and then I put him back.
Poor choice of words.
What? Look, it's a Jew?
No.
I think that's the way you would say that. Look,
let's not keep our Jews in a box.
A Jew. Where would you like me to keep them? In a bag?
In your pocket.
They're too big. And plus, they'd complain, "It's so small in here.
And it smells."
Yeah, it smells so terrible. Do you ever wash your balls? I don't need a Jewish guy talking about my nuts. Thank you, Slammin69, for the $5. He says, "How can you be so cranky while sitting next to April?"
It's a good question.
The aristocrats. I just like doing a fun show, and that fun show requires energy.
It requires anger.
It's not anger, it's energy. That's all it is. I'm just...
Okay.
Just a happy boy. I love being here.
We're just checking.
I love coming down here. I count down the minutes and the hours to, when it's showtime, and I love doing a program for you boys and girls. Don't meet your heroes. Turns out they are humans just like you, says Joey Van Ostrand. That's 100% right.
Yeah.
Citizen M says, Aaron is dead wrong. Shuli is the new Stuttering John. He steals all his content from Dabblers Anonymous and can't even credit them. What do you mean steals it? It's on Reddit.
It's just kind of out there, isn't it?
I mean, do I steal from Not the Onion, Cringe, Dabblers Anonymous, Fighter and the Kid, Entertainment, r/entertainment, TMZ, CNN, Not the Bee, all that shit? Like, do I steal from them, or is it just you're posting things in a public place and people who do a show do show prep and they gather these things from other places?
Well, did you ask permission?
The permission is it being posted on a public forum.
Then I think you're okay.
I think it's all right. I think that's people looking for a reason to dislike Shuli, and that's a really weak rationale. I don't think if you didn't already start with... My problem with Shuli hate, and this is hate of a lot of people, is they start with the conclusion, which is, I'm going to hate Shuli. And then they backtrack to try to find reasons. And when you backtrack to try to find reasons, you start coming up with nitpicky shit that even you, if it wasn't about Shuli, would go, "Oh, that's horseshit. That's not a real reason. That's really picky."
Yeah, but I feel like you've done that before, and then once you realize you're being ridiculous, you just apologize and say, "Oh no, we're cool."
Because a man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous. But I think if you worked from what kind of guy is Shuli to do I hate him or do I like him, you probably wouldn't end up on you hate him. You wouldn't. Smudgy says Shuli and the Whack Pack were annoying. You could say that you end at Shuli's annoying to you. That's a personal taste. That's fine. But hating him? I don't know.
I don't feel like you should hate any kind of, like, a personality, an internet personality, a show personality.
Oh, that's not true. Hate away.
Do you need to hate somebody, or can you just look the other way?
I think when people say hate of a personality, they mean it like, I really don't like that guy. I don't think hate is the right word. Shuli is a fucking bitch who copyright strikes clips of his shows while running an entire show off clipping Stuttering John. I played clips of Shuli's show. He's never clipped me, so I can't speak to that. And Dabblers Unanimous is right. It's the internet. What do you expect? All right, let's give these people a show. I do want to comment real quick. I think I accidentally started a blood feud between us and the Insufferable Bastards podcast.
Why would you do that?
I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to start a blood feud. But Carlos Danger informed me that his second or third mic, which isn't going to help that I didn't remember his name, did not appreciate my take on vaping. You know how last night...
Which was Obviously, it's gay, right?
It was part of the Cardiff thing where I unleashed this wonderful sound drop. Fuck the producer. Okay.
Yes.
Mondo Creepy. Thank you, Insufferable Bastards. I like that name. I like Carlos Danger and I like Mondo Creepy. But I was saying that Mondo Creepy, I'm trying to watch Insufferable Bastards, and I got a guy doing a show, and he's just sitting there going, Don't do that. Don't do.
Stop that.
Right? Doesn't that fucking suck?
It hurts my ears.
So I may have went off on that rant on the show, and because I'm performing, I maybe got a little animated about it. And I was informed by Carlos Danger of the Insufferable Bastards podcast that Mondo Superman or
Creepy.
I got a lot.
I don't like
Mondo
name.
Creepy.
Yes, I don't like the name.
Mondo Creepy has an addiction or he's got a dependency, and it wasn't appreciated that I went after it, and so on and so forth. So it sounds like there's some making up to do. I feel terrible about it. I just wanted to make fun of a guy vaping. I didn't think it would hit so hard. I sometimes
I don't think this is like something to worry about.
I think it's a blood feud brewing, and I think it's going to go to an ugly place.
I think you're making mountains out of molehills.
You know what, April? I don't care. Hold on. I can never do it. It's hard to make your lip look like a mutant lip. I don't care. I watched 19 minutes and 47 seconds of his show, and I don't care. So what if they're called the Insufferable Bastards, and one of them's Carlos Danger, and the other one's Mondo Creepy, and they talk about different stuff from the Dabbleverse, and they have guests on? I don't care. I don't watch them.
Are you done?
I gotta go make coffee, or I'm gonna get stitches.
Make sure you put booze in it.
Ah! Sorry. It's just, speaking of a blood feud. Insufferable Bastards, Carlos says it was my fault. I told him he would need the ganja to listen to me. Just don't, look, have him take some gummies or something like that.
I mean, as long as he doesn't do it in the mic, it's fine.
Just don't do it on air. Can we take a break from the vape for an hour and a half?
I could. I'm just saying, as long as he's not doing it in the mic, I don't want to hear that.
Just take a break for one show. If we can't go one show without...
Stop.
We've got a problem. That's all. So anyway, I think those guys are all cool. All right, I can tell that April's parents' hobby farm is getting very upset, so I'm going to get this last thing out of the way.
You have a radar?
And then we've got stories. Yeah, I'm like a good quarterback. I got a clock in my head. I can sense the pressure.
My God.
So April finds Cardiff Electric to be just about the cutest goddamn thing on the internet.
It's fucking adorable.
Now, Cardiff had a dabble court last night where he banned Bedabbler from the Dabbleverse, which I didn't know that even Shuli had that power. But okay, he did. Would you like to see the judge's summation last night from Dabble Court?
Sure.
This is his honor, Judge Cardiff Electric. Remember when a really good SNL character who never laughed would break character and you would find it hilarious?
Always my favorite part.
We got really close to your honor breaking.
I used to think
night.
Seth Meyers cracking under pressure was the cutest thing in the world.
Seth Meyers.
Yeah, Seth Meyers.
Who was... you know who I was thinking of? Seth Green.
No.
The more
I don't
talented
find
Seth.
No, I don't find him cute.
Here we go. This is Dabble Court. This is Cardiff Electric.
Of the greatest dabblers in the Dabbler universe are on a track that unfortunately, because of Stuttering John, have been placed on the same track. Yes, I said it. The tracks are on tracks.
I'm losing it.
Uh-oh.
I want you all to think about that. I want you all, if you have children, I want you to hug your children tight tonight. If you don't have children, I want you to make some children tonight.
Oh my God.
And that was Cardiff
That was
Electric's summation. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Well, you never see him break at all.
Jesus Christ.
Cardiff never shows any emotion or anything. So to see Cardiff not be able to speak because he's laughing so hard, it just made me laugh.
God.
Man. Cardiff is a very funny dude.
That
Or
actually made me
potato.
like hot and sweaty watching that.
Oh, well,
Not that way. It was like I've never seen
someone's.
a potato cracking so hard.
That was. God, that is funny. And you know, I'm such an old.
Oh my god.
I'm such an old bag of shit that I look at it and I go, I wonder how he even does that. Like makes his face the potato. Like I don't know
how he does it either.
how to do that.
How does he
part,
remove
so.
like his nose?
Yeah.
There's no nose. His face is all scrunched.
What the fuck?
He's a fellow Minnesotan.
All right, guys, let's dive into some things that April's parents' hobby farm might like. This morning we talked about Whoopi Goldberg doubling down on her Jew stuff.
Yes.
I feel like everybody's got Jew stuff. Everybody's got some thoughts on the Jews.
Most of us don't share them.
Yeah, they either share them, they either keep them to themselves, or they apologize to them real quick and move on with their life and never mention it again.
Okay.
Whoopi Goldberg is something, and usually, again, if you don't, or if you let your thoughts about Jews be known publicly, you're done. Like, even if you apologize, you're never what you used to be.
It could be, you could intend it as being complimentary.
Well,
and it's still up for debate.
Right. And they would say, they go, oh, Jews are really smart at management. And Jews go,
why would you say that?
See, what happened was they had that Holocaust thing happen, right? So now they don't trust anybody. So they hear someone go, hey, you know, these Jews are good at management. And Jews go, next thing you know, they're going to accuse us of running everything and controlling the world secretly. And then they're going to say what needs to be done about these people. Get rid of them quick.
I get it.
It's a panic thing because they're like, look, if I let, Whoopi Goldberg say X, Y, and Z, then, Kanye's going to say this. And then all of a sudden there's going to be a president out there that's like, what the hell's going on? What is the deal? And then, then who knows what's going to happen.
Right. I don't blame him.
So I understand. Am I annoyed by it every time they fucking do it to somebody? Sure. But I get it. I understand. Well, Whoopi Goldberg, about a year ago, said that the Holocaust originally wasn't about race.
Which is pretty false, right?
It's pretty
I mean,
odd because,
as false as you can get.
And I've studied the Holocaust once in a great while. Jews, Gypsies, Slavs, and the handicapped. I would say that's pretty much based on race and whatnot. I mean, Gypsies, Slavs, Jews.
Large groupings of people.
Yeah, just people they saw as inferior races. I mean, they literally called themselves the master race. So to say that the rest of it wasn't based around race.
And eradicating the lesser races in some people's eyes.
It's like saying sloppy joes aren't based around meat.
No beef in those.
I don't know. Whoopi Goldberg is rolling out so she apologized for that.
Last time.
She said, all right, look, everybody, I'm sorry. I came out, I said some stuff about the Holocaust that wasn't true. I said it wasn't about race. I found out that they killed a lot of Jews, and I'm sorry for that, okay? I don't know why my Whoopi's kind of like a Bill Maher.
It has a touch of Bill.
All right, look, everybody, new rule. The Jews are a race.
It sounds like Smoker Bill.
Yeah. My Whoopi Goldberg. All right, look, everybody. New rule. If I bang skanks until I'm 63, then that's okay. Okay?
He grabs.
Whoopi Maher.
Oh.
Bill Goldberg would be the wrestler.
Bill Goldberg.
That would be a little different. People do actually get a little weirded out by my Whoopi. They say it's actually not a bad Whoopi Goldberg.
It's pretty good. I thought so.
We could lean into the Whoopi Goldberg. So anyway, April.
Yes, Whoopi.
So, child, I said some things about the Jews. And what I found out was, I can't read the chat because they're coming up some names for Bill Maher and Whoopi Goldberg that actually sound pretty good, child. Okay. So I was sitting there and I was talking about the Jews. And I said that the Germans didn't go after them because of race. It turns out that was wrong. Okay. I'm doing the Bill Maher thing again. Actually, the Jews are a race of people. And the Germans did exterminate them for that reason. So I went to the Jews. I went to the King Jew, King Kamehameha Jew. And I said to him, I'm sorry. I apologize. is there anything I can do? I brought you some sauerkraut and Wiener Schnitzel, and they threw me out.
Whoopi, no.
Yeah, what?
It's the wrong food to bring.
Why is that the wrong food?
was-
I just wanted to show my appreciation for Jewish culture.
It's the food of their oppressors, of the
Oh.
evil people. It's
Oh.
German.
Okay.
Oh, you should have brought the challah bread. Might have been
I ain't no
happier.
challah bread girl. All right.
Aaron is.
They're saying add some
Challah loaf piggy.
add some New York accent in there. Okay.
Oh. I don't think does Whoopi talk with her hands the way Bill does? Because I
She
think
does. She throws a lot of
Really?
this out there. She's always saying things like, all right, now you've gone too far.
Okay.
So, yes, there is a little bit of that. Joey, I can't read that, for God's sake.
Ooh, where is
So
it?
anyway, Whoopi said the thing about the Holocaust not being about race,
Yes.
then apologized. Then this week, I don't know why she felt the need to, but she gave an interview with the Times of London, and she once again said it wasn't about race initially. And now she's apologized for it again. I have a question. Kanye goes on, and he goes through his whole thing, and they're like, not only are you fired from the things you're doing, you can't have a bank account anymore.
It's gone. You use your mattress now.
It's gone. You can't sell shoes anymore. You can't sell shirts or pants anymore. Like, you can't sell any of that stuff because of stuff you said. Whoopi says really horribly offensive things about the Holocaust, not once, but twice at least. And she's going to be on The View tomorrow, I bet. Or if they're off for vacation, she'll be back on The View whenever it's back on.
You want to know what I think the difference is? Is that Kanye doesn't apologize for anything and she is. So I don't know if this is like a vent on a fucking tea kettle when you've just got to get your anti-Semitism out or something. So you just say a few things and then as soon as you apologize, you're just, okay, I just needed that gone.
Actually, you know what it is? I don't think Jews know who she is. The Jews who make the decisions about, who said anti-Jew stuff. And they just see Goldberg and they go, give her a pass. I'm sure she'll do better next time.
Conspiracy.
Yep.
You know how Goldberg's not her real last name?
Right?
What if she changed it to that so that she could get a pass?
Yeah, because, if you even just look up her picture, I'm sure that'll still fool them. Whoopi offered her sincere apologies Tuesday, telling Rolling Stone, quote, It was never my intention to appear as if I was doubling down on hurtful comments, especially after talking with and hearing people like rabbis and old and new friends weighing in. I'm starting to actually talk like an old Jewish woman instead. So she talked to some rabbis. You shouldn't have to talk to rabbis to know that the Holocaust was racially motivated.
Not even for a second.
I heard it first from a Lutheran minister, and I said, that's horseshit. But when I heard it from a rabbi, she says she's still learning. Aren't you like 70 now?
She is older.
When do you have to be done learning about I feel like I was done learning about the Holocaust in like 9th grade. I pretty much had it committed to memory by then.
This is all her just kind of, like I said, she gets to say the thing and then she sweeps it under the rug and says, oh, poor me. I'm uneducated. I don't know. I'm still learning.
She also did like the Ted, when she was dating Ted Danson, she had him dress up in blackface at the Friars Club and do a thing. That whole deal. So like, Whoopi should have learned by now. Like, I knew that the Holocaust was I had to know the Holocaust was about race or they wouldn't let you graduate from high school.
Exactly.
It was like one of those things you needed to know. So how are you 50 years later still trying to pick this shit up?
How aren't people like her who, like you said, she's done the Jew thing twice now. And she's done blackface with her husband before. Like, how is she still on, like, daytime TV? You know what I mean? Like, how isn't she out of that circle yet?
In fairness, she carries the message well. On everything else, she says exactly what the network wants her to say.
So you're saying if you suck the network's dick enough and say the things they want.
That's exactly
say all the anti-Semitism.
Congratulations.
Just put it out there.
Congratulations, April. You've learned show business.
So
there you go.
That's what I have to do.
Yes, as long as you keep the message, as long as you keep saying what they want you to say. I mean,
but
Whoopi Goldberg doesn't rock the boat at all. She says all the right things politically on that show. They have all the right takes. Why do you think that on all of these shows, you think they just found the 4 women in the world who never argue about anything and all happen to agree on politics, just holy shit, we put 4 random women together at a table, and wouldn't you know, they all agree that left-wing liberal politics are amazing, and conservatives are all dirty, filthy Nazis. They got permission to say that shit all together.
Well, no kidding. It's just that I feel like you shouldn't get just a pass just because you've done that. Now let's just say, oh, the Holocaust wasn't racially motivated. It's pretty untrue, like one of the most untrue things.
But it's like the mob. She's a good earner. She's a good earner.
Does anyone like her, though? Is she really?
Must be a few
Couldn't
people.
you kick her off there and it'd be fine?
Must be a few people at ABC who like her because they're not even talking about getting rid of her. Have you guys been seeing how terrible the airports have been? Part of me finds this to be the people flying's fault. Because all these cancellations happened on December 24th, December 25th, all that stuff. And now they're playing catch up again today. Meanwhile, I think Southwest is still completely fucked.
They are, actually.
They're still canceling a ton of flights. I guess employees are walking out. Like the entire airline is falling apart in front of our eyes. Well, I got to blame the people for this a little bit. Could we have a little bit of foresight? Could we maybe fly out on the 22nd?
Some people can't afford to take that many days off work. They just can't.
Then let's not go home.
That would be my take. If I can't afford it, I'm not going.
If your whole Christmas rides on you flying out on the 24th, don't go. Go on the 22nd, go on the 23rd, go on the 21st, make a week of it, come back on Sunday, come back on Monday, Tuesday, whatever. But watching all these flights get canceled and watching people go, but my Christmas is ruined. What day were you flying in? The 24th? Oh, so you were going to have like a half day at best and be all jet lagged as shit and then have some of Christmas morning and then fly back Monday.
That to me is no different than like ordering all of your presents online to show up like Christmas Eve day and then they don't show up.
You didn't plan
it's
ahead.
The same thing.
And now you want all of us to, feel bad for you. Roger Dodger raises a good point, though. He says, Aaron, some people have shit families, dude. Then don't go. Then don't go. Just, either fly out on the 21st or, because then if your flight gets delayed, you can still fly out by the 23rd or the 24th.
I guess, and I made the comment, too, about, taking off work. If you know you can't afford it, save your vacation days for the holidays then, I guess, right? As much as you can.
It looks like the CEO of Southwest Airlines is hoping to encourage his employees to get the job done during this nightmare. Could you imagine? The least helpful place in customer service right now has got to be the Southwest Airlines desk at the airport.
It's not good.
Those people are low morale. They don't give a shit. Hey, I was wondering if my bag... Were you wondering about your bag?
Dude,
I'm sorry. I've been here for 36 hours straight without a break, and I'm starting to feel it. Sorry.
They need some of your crank rocks.
Yeah, they need some biker crank so they can get through this thing. CEO Bob Jordan reportedly sent a message to his employees after customers were getting stranded at airports, saying, we've got to get out of this. We've got to get to the point where we're reliable and we get our customers, our crews, our aircraft, everything on track. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Southwest is like a step above Spirit.
Yes.
Okay. So they're like a regional...
I would go to Southwest
budget
first.
carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I've never flown Southwest.
I think I have, actually.
They're gunning to fly on a third of its schedule throughout the... A third of it. So 2/3 of their flight throughout the week are going to be canceled.
I think I was just reading thousands and thousands of people slept over at the airport on cots and shit.
Ew. With the goal of simply getting planes and crews where they're needed. Obviously, that will have even more impact on our customers. So this is the Southwest Airlines baggage claim at Tampa International. There's 24 more Southwest flights canceled this morning. Many tags on these stranded bags are from travelers from Denver, Houston, and Baltimore. Let's go ahead and look at this. That's
what a nightmare.
That's baggage claim at Southwest.
This would be enough for me to wish I'd never left home, right?
I'd be in my car driving by now.
Fuck the luggage.
Yeah.
Just go home.
Look at all of that.
No thanks. There's no people anywhere either.
Well, no, they're all off. Like, they probably went home and just left their checked bags.
That is a good point, though. Where are the people? Why aren't you getting your bags?
They're either at a restaurant, they're at a hotel, or they're at home. You can't take your bags. Or you have to recheck them.
I was going to say, excuse me for a second, but if your plane landed and your bags are in baggage claim, that to me says that you were there too. And you probably should have got your bags.
Does all the people's luggage fly on the same plane?
Yes, Aaron.
Oh, I don't know.
How do you think our luggage comes with us to Las Vegas?
Where are all these fucking people?
Is there a towage plane? What are you talking about?
That trans from the Department of Defense would have a field day with this shit. Christmas came twice. Daniel Price says they just wanted to be like Tom Hanks and find out what it's like to live in an airport terminal and not be able to leave. Good old JR says, I have a friend who's trying to get home to Maryland. No rental cars, no trains, and no flights.
Oof.
They bought a car to drive home. Bought a car.
What if that's, you know what, that'd be too far.
Now, if your flight
what if they're like trying to get people to buy shit?
If your flight gets delayed, do you get vouchers?
You should, but I wonder if it's this big of an issue if they just wouldn't.
Okay.
Because there's so many.
Why do I podcast? Uh-oh, Kevin's drinking and getting feisty. He goes, wow, the stupidity of these two. Well, no, I thought that those were bags that, like, they hadn't taken off yet.
Don't call me stupid.
Uh-oh.
No, if they're in baggage claim, that means they came off the plane you were on.
So then why can't those people grab their bags if they arrived with the thing?
That's what I was asking. Where are all the people?
Where are all the people? Why can't we grab our bags? What do you mean stupidity? He says, no, I am actually not drinking tonight.
I would call you stupid for saying, does the luggage come on the same plane as you? That was pretty dumb.
Kevin says, I'm not drinking tonight. Then you should have a few. You seem a little cunty. He says, they missed connecting flights. Oh, okay. So they were doing that thing that I never do. I only search direct flights. That's it. I don't bother with stops and moving, and that's how you get shit lost.
I've been on connecting flights twice, and I didn't like it.
No, thank you. If I can't fly there directly, your town isn't worth going to.
I think it was actually the one to New York that I had to go out there for. We had connecting flights. That sucked.
Direct or I'm out. Kevin says, happens all the time. Well, not to that degree.
That was egregious.
That is a lot. Oh, that would be even worse than having your initial flight delayed, having your connecting flight delayed. So now you're stuck in some shithole city you don't want to be in. Oh, you're flying Southwest and you had to connect at O'Hare. Oh. And now you're just in Chicago.
You might end up dead.
Yeah. Kenneth says, fuck the connecting flight. I agree with Kenneth. Kenneth is 100% right.
I do think it's worth paying the extra money to just get a direct flight.
Yeah.
Always. It's going to be longer. It's going to suck. You're going to cramp up, but oh well.
I mean, your time is worth something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think so. I could be starting my vacation sooner.
Right. Instead of sitting in Denver. Who wants to sit in Denver, for fuck's sake? Russell Wilson doesn't want to be sitting in Denver right now.
Denver's maybe the worst part of Colorado.
Let's go ahead and switch gears to a different story. Or not. Or we could play another butt-fucking ad before I can play the story that I'd like to play. Jesus. These news channels must be really hard up for cash.
No kidding.
They don't let. By the way, they don't let you do ad blocker anymore.
They don't let you skip them either.
Nope. Marquise with $5 super chat says there are four you go to be dehumanized: your workplace, the DMV, the post office, and the airport. There you go, buddy.
True.
If you were wondering, we are 205 away from not tomorrow evening's goal, the following Wednesday's goal. We are 205 of next Wednesday evening. So thank you guys very much for that. Your super chats and PayPal super chat stuff or Streamlabs stuff, all of that is being counted towards that. We're not taking any of that. Gino says, never get a connecting flight if you're like me or you two, because whatever money you save on the connection, you will spend getting drunk in the airport bar.
Yep. That's not untrue.
Yeah, because what are you going to do? Sit there and just twiddle your thumbs?
No, you eat food and you drink.
You're going to go in the bathroom. You're going to jack off. You're going to drink.
I'm going to try that next time.
You're going to apologize to the parents of that kid that walked in the stall.
Oh.
And then you're going to catch your new flight.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to grab something to eat. You're going to grab
Booze.
some booze.
Snacks for the plane.
Snacks for the plane.
And then for the next flight.
What do you save? Maybe $100 getting a connecting flight?
Not even.
You'd
50.
Spend at least that.
Do you have to pay for like baggage claim multiple times?
I don't know. I've
Or,
never.
you know what I mean?
You know why I don't know that? Never done a correct connecting flight.
I have, but I was very small. Or not small. I was
You
younger.
didn't pay for it either.
No.
So what do you give a shit,
I
right?
didn't.
Stevie J says airplanes make me dry. Wander This World says, by the sounds of it, I think I was in a stall next to Aaron once. Oh,
Do you make funny noises?
sorry
Can't you be
about
quiet?
sorry about the heavy breathing, but it helps. You know, I try to do it as quick as I can. I'm in a fucking airport. I'm a guest. You know, try not to take up too much bathroom time.
Talk about being dehumanized. Oh my God.
Right. I just want to point out for people who are too autistic to get humor, I have never jerked off in an airport bathroom or an airplane bathroom.
But
Never.
would you? If push came to shove.
Hold on a minute.
You just really had to.
Hold on a minute.
What?
And this may be hard for some people to believe, but as God is my witness, as I'm sitting here right now, I don't believe, I cannot remember a time that I've ever even masturbated in a hotel room. Never.
You've got more strength than the rest of us. What can I say?
I don't know. I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've whacked it outside of my own home.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
oh, you've done it plenty in like your parents' home.
That doesn't count. That's
Really?
where I was living at the time when I was a teenager and whatnot. I was living there. That's
with
my home.
With your crusty blanket.
My crusty purple and black sleeping bag.
It's fucking gross, dude.
That was slightly off-white when I was
that you
done with
brought
it.
to this house and I had to throw it away.
Yeah, I wanted you to know that, you know, I've spilled some seed in my day.
I think I know that.
All right, let's watch a story about a really old fucking lady. I love these stories because usually the lady sounds like a goddamn doofus and you can get some good drops out of her.
Mm-hmm.
This is a woman who turned 105 years old, and there's this weird thing that happens once you start pushing 100. And that is all of a sudden, all the people who have forgotten you since you turned 70 start to think about you again. And they're like, oh shit, here we go. You know, like when it's 4th and 1 and there's a running play?
Yeah.
And the running back stopped and he obviously can't go forward anymore. So 350-pound linemen run up behind him and just push him
shove
across the
him.
first down marker. That's what happens to people in your life when you hit 98, 99 years old.
They're just carrying you.
You're sitting there looking at the Reaper like you can just blow the whistle at any time, bro. And the Reaper's like, I can't blow the whistle. Why? And here comes 3 of your family members. We're going to push you over 100. Brah! Monkey heart valve? Sure, put it in him. She needs to live another 5 years so I can get her on the news.
Pig pancreas? Okay.
Why not? Put it in there. Experimental cancer treatment? Why? My bones are turning to dust. Just give me something for the pain and let me die. No, you have to make it to 100. It's not about whether or not you're happy. We think the number is cool. It's true.
No, it is absolutely true.
How
like,
many
you're
times?
just kind of like cheerleading for them to get older and older, but then your poor grandmas are like, no, I'm just ready to go.
You don't realize they're rotten and they're ready to die. Their partner is gone. It's not like they can score dick anymore. Their
Dude.
kids are about to kick it. They probably want to die before 100 because they're doing the math. They're like, 100, that would make my kids like 77. They could croak before I do.
And that's not how that's supposed to go.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, do you just kill yourself at some point before your kids die?
You're too weak.
You can't live.
Yeah.
You could just turn down your oxygen mask.
That's about it. That's the best you can do is just turn the little knob.
You could overdose on your fentanyl pills for all the pain.
Yeah, but you're 105 years old, so you'd probably...
Your tolerance is through the roof.
You reach for what you thought was your oxygen tank and just turn off the gas, and now you're freeze to death in your house because the heat doesn't work.
Let's be honest. You're not in your own home at 100.
Well, let's see. Let's check out this lady. So there's a couple things that happen. Number one, like a running back, they try to push the geriatric over the 100 line. And then the news wants to come and talk to you. So you know you're not who you were at 40 or 30 or 20. You know you're not at your best. You're probably pissing your pants. And now you've got these people with big lights and cameras invading your tiny little house that you bought after World War II.
You're see-through.
Yeah, and they want to come talk to you. And they're like, how are you feeling? And they're like, oh, these are the people who come and talk to me like I'm a retard.
Okay, I feel like we now, out of obligation, have to watch the Flossie Dicky one after this.
We'll
Again.
check on this woman. She might be a new Flossie. Let's take a gander.
Are celebrating Christmas Eve this evening. One local woman is celebrating her 105th birthday. Our Anthony Hill is in Hudson, where he spoke with the birthday girl.
All right, let's make guesses. Does he talk to her like she's an infant?
Yes, like much like you're talking to a puppy or something.
Does he talk to her with the Gucci goo voice? How are you today?
Oh, has your family given you lots of cool gifts? Oh, that's so nice.
Hey, Ma, they're sending over a newsman to talk to you. It better not be the colored one. Oh, shit. Guys, who'd you bring? We brought Brian Wilson. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, no. Oh, no.
What a terrible start.
Come on.
What?
This guy feels as uncomfortable there as these people feel with him being there. This was a terrible idea. Whose decision was this?
What?
These women are sitting here going, you know, if he has sex with one of us, we can enjoy it and scream the R word afterwards, and all the other older men will take care of him for us like they did in the oldie times.
This is a horrible start to the story.
Oh, this is not what either. He doesn't want this. They don't want this.
He has that look on his face like, kill me.
Is the fella in the Santa hat going to sing Mammy? That would be delightful.
I like that he wore an extra tight shirt for all the ladies, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you stop doing the news, boy, and entertain us some? All right, fine. Oh, well, the sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home.
And apparently I'm one of the cool kids because
Because I'm the only black person any of these people have seen since segregation was lifted.
He definitely walks out of here after and he's like, they've never seen a black person, right? He says this.
I just convinced 19 of those people that I'm Ice Cube.
And apparently I'm one of the cool kids because I was invited to the party. On a serious note, though, it's not every day that you turn 100.
Holy shit, she looks awesome for a 105-year-old.
That's 100.
105. That's the
God.
most fuckable 105-year-old I've ever seen.
I agree. My own grandma looked like way older than that, and she was 84.
Holy shit, she could get it.
Jesus.
At the senior
Aaron's
center.
flipping this desk right now.
I bet you an 80-year-old would fuck the shit out of her.
Probably has. Probably broke a
5
hip.
years old,
Yeah.
as Dora is today.
Escorted in a golf cart
Oh,
as
no.
Dora Starbird makes her way to her very own
Dude,
party,
she
can
waiting
walk.
inside our family.
Isn't it amazing, like, the levels we judge people on when they hit 105? We're like,
Oh my
holy
God.
shit, she can walk. That's
Look,
amazing.
She can talk on her own. She can pick up a plate.
You really do judge 2.5-year-olds and 105-year-olds on the same. I can understand most of the words they say. They're talking on their own. They go to the bathroom by themselves.
Look, I remember watching my grandmas go downhill, and it's like when they're having a good day and they could do a few things for themselves, you're like, oh, Grandma, you're doing really good today. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like they put a pin in their hair. They buttoned
Right.
their sweater.
All my grandmas died at a pretty young age. So they were, they smoked all the time and they died of that shit. But my great-grandma lived to like 96, 97.
That's pretty cool.
And whenever she just kind of seemed like a bummer and burdensome and old and couldn't do anything, I'd always just go, well, I'm going to take off. I'll see you later. No, I'm just kidding. I was like 13 when she died.
No, there was one of mine that the one that died really young because she had COPD from smoking for 40 years.
Yeah.
She was 67, and she did say at the end, she's like, I'm ready to go. I can't breathe. And like once you get to that point, you kind of don't want to remember them that way, so you stop going.
Yeah, I want to get to the point where I want to die. That's when I want to die. I want to die when I want to.
I was gonna say I thought you wanted to die younger, so you didn't get to that point where like people are wiping your ass.
Yeah, but I don't want to. But then I've thought about this. If you're younger and you die, there's a process to dying that I just don't want to go through. I want to welcome the sweet release of death. I want to be like, but I don't want to be there for. I'd like to only be there for like 9 days, like a bad toothache that goes away on its own. You know,
Lord knows you've had those.
right? So like for 9 days, I'd be like, oh fuck, if I went today, that'd be pretty nice. I ain't got shit to do. Too hurt to travel. If the Reaper just came and took me, then as I'm sitting there going, oh, I'd go, oh, this is good. Okay, right there to the left. That's the ventricle. Okay, shut it down. Oh. And then drop dead.
I've been really sick for like a long period of time before where I was like that, where I'm like, you could just take me today.
Jeez, you don't have a lot of moxie.
No, I think it was pneumonia one time, but I went undiagnosed because I'm one of those people that doesn't like going to the doctor.
We get it. You're a farmer. We get it. You grew up in a small town.
I didn't even say that.
That's what it is, though.
Jesus
They
Christ.
bring the horse doctor by to look at you guys.
Yeah, veterinarian Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You farm people think it's noble to not go to the doctor.
He can check out my cows and me at the same time.
Their pussies are the same size. It's remarkable.
Hey. I had some tight cows. Okay?
And friends she's met along the way. Originally from Maine, she's lived in the Seven Oaks travel park.
Santa's trying to fuck her.
I would.
Look at what those earrings do to those ears at that age. Just pulling all the skin off her head. Oh,
But look at her cute little smile. Oh, you can't even hardly see her hearing aids.
No, she looks very, very good for 105.
She looks vibrant.
Park in Hudson for 35 years. Enough time to have a big impact on the community.
And she loves everybody. And when everybody loves her, that makes it easy. When they had all the
Because she throws that ass around.
That is,
What do you want?
she's fucking everyone's men.
Hey, what do you want for your 105th birthday? A new set of tits. These are starting to fall a bit.
And a dick with a little more gumption.
Yeah, I'm tired of these soggy fives.
It's more Blue Chew for everyone.
Come over here, newsman. My husband's been dead for a generation. He won't know.
Dude, if you...
Plus, he was secretly into that. He always wished that I would fuck Moses Malone.
Oh, my God.
He always wanted an ABA player to cave in my twat. So why don't you come on over here? You look like a point guard from the 60s.
Oh.
she just was out there, pool, shuffle, all of this stuff. She'd get out there and
Every
do
day
it with
she
them.
was shuffling.
What does that mean to you that you're 105 to make it to?
And you're getting old.
Holy shit.
As you
She's
can
so
see, the
cute.
comedian in her is
Would it be funny if she was like, now if you'll excuse me, I have to go take a shit. And everyone's like, wow, she takes a shit on her own too.
She talks like that.
Yeah.
still there.
And now she looks pissed.
As
now
this
she's a
party
little
gets
tired.
underway, don't let her age fool you now. She's still got enough energy to have fun
Holy
as she
fuck.
steals a dance with Santa.
Squeeze his dick.
Rub on
She's
it.
accomplished a lot.
She starts twerking on Santa.
She holds him a little too tight just so it can press against her. Leave indents in her
You want to
crepey
slip it in?
skin.
I can still get moist.
This is her second time receiving the Smucker's Jam Award, with her photo plastered right on the side of the bottle. Being over 100 years old is one of the qualifications for this award.
The other one,
Wait.
not dying during the course of the calendar year. Congratulations, Dora.
Why Smuckers?
I also heard through the grapevine that she may or may not like ATVing, so I had to ask.
Tell me about that. Like, you like to ride the ATV?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, when I'm not parasailing and base jumping, yeah, I love doing that shit, for a nice come down.
When I'm not diving with the sharks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was one of our summer funds.
Yeah, when I'm not hanging
What?
out with Leland Van Loo down in Australia, I like to do a little ATV.
Do you think she's nervous talking to a black man?
Yeah, so what do I call you boys now? Do I call you black or color or...
Black.
And if you ask her,
I've heard in some of the songs you sing, is that one okay for me to... Okay, I'm not sure what the rules are.
You got to give her a pass, right?
Yeah.
She's 105.
what's her secret to longevity in life? Well, the answer is pretty simple.
One thing is keeping busy.
Every day she would walk her 2 miles around the park, and everybody says, well, there goes Dora. If Dora can go out and walk, I should be able to go out and walk. And so that
Would it be funny if she made fun of all the out-of-shape fat people there? They're like, well, I'm walking 2 miles a day. You look like you've got a bit of a paunch there.
Yeah, like this guy.
Yeah, this guy's got a little bit of a belly. Why don't you work on it there, meth teeth? Jesus.
I was going to say, he's got meth teeth and like her face is falling
Yeah.
off.
At least get new chompers like this lady did. Holy shit. I can see the fucking implants in the gums.
Oh, man.
Holy
That is a
Christ.
lot of gums.
Yeah.
kind of inspired other people to get out there.
In Hudson, I'm Anthony Hill, ABC Action News.
Did you fuck her?
You know what? That's the most impressive 105-year-old woman I've ever seen in my entire life.
I agree.
That's pretty good.
She can get it.
Why do we always go to the 105-year-olds fucking?
Because I think you'd like to think they still do it. You just hope that for them.
We always go to that place.
But I think that if you give an old man a blue chew,
You feed him for a day, but if you teach him how to blue chew,
No, did they
Feed
die?
them for a lifetime. What, if you give an old man a blue chew?
Doesn't that like really ramp up your heart?
Yeah, but I mean, don't you want to die that way? I mean, it's just a rock hard
Just
cock.
died while you're fucking.
Yeah, you're not even fucking. You're just like, oh my God, it's in the air. And then you conk out.
You're so impressed with yourself that you just die.
You pass out from the blood loss and you hit your head on a stool and you die with a rock hard dick. Like the guy who went to take a shit in Clerks. You just die with a rod.
Right. Every single bit of blood that was in your body just went to your penis. And now you're dead.
Gino says, farm children represent April. As my Aunt Olga would say, who lived to the age of 94, why would I go to a doctor so he can tell me I'm sick?
Exactly. Thank you. I knew I was sick.
I don't know. Probably because you guys have some kind of fucking horse parasite that nobody's seen before from breathing in their shit particles. And that maybe it's a kind of sickness that they can give you something for. You fucking
Look,
apes.
I waited a solid 2 weeks on my deathbed, and I finally got some steroids and antibiotics.
Which you could have
I'm
gotten
here.
day one and you would have been
I'm
fine.
alive. Don't get them day one. That's being a quitter. You don't know. It could just be a cold.
Should sit there and let it ravage your insides for a couple of days before you get any help.
Gino and I do have that in common, though. We both grew up on farms. Did you know that?
I mean, look, everybody has strikes against them. It's okay.
Hey.
Look, you had
It's a
to.
wonderful quality to have.
Oh, I suppose. Brown Candy says, my boss would always pop 2 blue chews with his whores. Every morning our work truck looked like a cum tornado ripped through it.
Ew.
I've never seen a cum tornado in person. I hear it's a sight to behold.
Maybe you'll see one in Rochester.
Gino says, oh, April has a parasite, all right. I get it. You see, the parasite is me.
Is that why I'm so skinny?
How can I
don't
be
ever
the
get
parasite
fed.
when she's the one sucking off of me? Am I right? Up top. Come on.
Ew.
Belowski.
But,
On its
but
way.
you don't let me eat.
Oh, I'll feed you, baby bird. I'll feed you.
That's not nutritious.
Oh, yeah. It's only 121 calories a teaspoon, and it gives you a good source of iron.
Didn't I tell you that, and then you didn't believe me? No, I think it's like 17 calories.
Oh, is that it?
I think it's 17 calories a teaspoon.
Yeah, but I've got real thick, chalky splooge, so maybe mine's a little heavier.
Oh, my God.
That's diet cum. Is 17.
Are you sick?
Oh, this is a good search to put on your Google. How many calories in jizz?
Probably could have said
All
semen.
right. The fluid is made mostly of water, plasma, and mucus.
Check it out. This says semen. You don't have semen.
No, I don't have sperm. My
Oh, yeah, you
sperm
don't
are
have
in my
sperm.
ball
Excuse
bag.
me.
I have sperm. They're in my ball bag. They don't shoot through the tube because it's been cut and cauterized. So I have sperm. They just, dry back into the system after
They're
a couple
dying
days.
and rotting.
Right. I have semen, which is the goo.
So technically that would make your jizz diet, though, because it's lacking sperm.
I don't know how many calories are constituted in the sperm themselves. I think most of it is in the semen, the goo, if you will.
We can find out.
Gino
We'll
says,
see.
I'm not sure if I'm laughing harder or a comeback or you're just mocking, just your mocking laugh at my stupid joke. They were both pretty good. Well, thanks. I get my sense of humor from Whoopi.
I can't wait till you two get together.
What, me and Whoopi?
No. God, that'd be awful.
Oh, it'd just be awful to be around him, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is, I believe, the 5 to 25 calories. That's a weird discrepancy.
What is that? Yeah. Like, is that depending on what you ate that day? Like how fatty it is or something?
Right. I don't understand.
I've got fatty cum today.
Aaron has Pepsi Clear in his balls, says Ash. There's that.
Oh, no. I bet nobody likes Pepsi Clear.
Look, when April's all cleaned up, I'm going to get my shit untied and not tell her about it, and I'm going to plant one right in her guts.
I would be so unhappy.
Yeah. Well,
That's not even funny.
you were also raised all Christian and shit, so there's nothing you could do. You'd have to have the baby.
I beg to differ, sir, but
Oh.
we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Huh?
Wow. Looks like we're playing a game of chicken with a human life.
This human life doesn't exist.
Very exciting. This is the namesake of this evening's show. Somebody gave Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota, or is she North Dakota? I don't care because the Dakotas should be one state. South Dakota. The governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, got a flamethrower for Christmas, and she decided to show it off on Twitter. Now,
This lucky girl.
in a place like South Dakota, it's legal. You can have a flamethrower because you're not going to hurt anything.
There's no one around.
It's just snow and prairies right now. So you could sit there and you could launch a flame. You could spin around in circles with a flamethrower. You might kill a squirrel.
You might. Or
That's it.
Yeah, prairie dog. You got him.
Maybe.
Little chunker butts.
Let's go ahead and do two things here. Let's watch her play with a flamethrower. And then number 2, let's see if you'd fuck her.
I already know. Like, this is the coolest gift of all time. I'm feeling like my gifts were lacking now.
Here's Kristi Noem with her new toy, a flamethrower. That's like a real one, too.
Oh, that's cool.
Shit. That's a good way to start a bonfire.
like-
And look, that is like the most South Dakota setting.
I love this whole property I'm in.
Of course you do.
It's perfect. Did you see it?
I mean, perfect dish.
What would you change? I thought that was pretty great.
I'd have more stuff. I mean, there's just a lot of
Stop
ground.
cluttering.
There's just a lot of ground there.
It's beautiful the way
You
it
know?
is. The nice shop.
There she is. There's the guy that puts his wiener in her.
Both are pretty hot.
There she is playing with her flamethrower. There she is posing with it.
It's not what I thought it would look like.
Probably the most fuckable governor in the country, though.
Hands down.
Well, we got to see if there's any more.
Okay, we'll go on a search after.
Can we Google search the most fuckable governors? Do they have?
No, I bet there's a list.
Does the Blaze have that one? Let's take a look here. Special flamethrower gift. Oh, this is the same video.
Oh my God. I love it.
You know it's a matter of time before that becomes a there's an accident waiting to happen with that.
You got snow everywhere. What are you going to do?
I mean, look.
You can melt your driveway with it now. That's awesome.
It's still going to be there in the summertime when the snow thaws.
I would really appreciate a flamethrower for the end of my driveway right now.
Hottest politicians. Let's see. 10 most beautiful female politicians. I don't want in the world because then you got like Italian bitches and that's going to be
in the U.S.
cheating.
right there.
Here we go. Most beautiful and powerful. Oh shit, Nancy Pelosi's. They're going. You know they're going to put Pelosi on this. Pam Bondi, an American lawyer, lobbyist, and politician, born in 1965. That's not allowed. She was the 37th Attorney General from 2011 to 2019 in Florida. Oh, so this is like of all time.
So it's like an old picture.
Yeah, this isn't fair.
Ooh, who is
Former
that?
White House assistant and advocate for women's health. That doesn't count. I don't like it.
You got to put 2022 in the thing then.
Here, at least there were hot politicians in 2020. Should we do that one?
Okay.
It's a couple years old, but
Is this going to be men and women?
John Ossoff. I mean, if you like the kind of guys who would star in New Girl.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
AOC. Look,
Nope.
we can say what we want about AOC, but you'd fuck her.
I wouldn't.
You're
She's
not a guy. You don't count.
Fine.
Guys would fuck her. You'd have sexual intercourse with her. Ayanna Presley. Oh, my God.
What is wrong with everyone?
No.
Her face looks painted on.
Well, she has alopecia. It literally is painted on.
Your hair's not on your face, Aaron.
Yeah, the eyebrows and everything else, that's all gone. Alopecia took it all.
I didn't know that.
All her shit is gone.
Well,
Doesn't
you
make
know
her.
what? I retract.
Then you got Joe Kennedy. Again, if you like Ivy League possible date rapists.
What the fuck?
I mean, I don't. That
He's
guy.
cuter than the first one.
I'm going to say, no. Kamala Harris, they have to say that. Pete Buttigieg, what? No, thank you.
Boy, we're really grading on a curve here.
Jacinda Ardern. Isn't that the chick in New Zealand?
No idea.
That's the one who locked down everyone in New Zealand. This woman's a slagathor. I hate her. Cory Booker. I mean, another gay guy on the list. All right. Julian Castro.
What the hell are these
I mean, if you
people
like
seeing?
foreheads that look like mine, I
was
guess.
going to say, like, if you look like neck down, maybe.
So no Kristi Noem. 10 of the sexiest politicians working it in Washington today. So Kristi Noem's not going to be on. Sarah Palin.
She's hotter than AOC, in my opinion.
Not anymore. Have you seen her lately?
No.
Look, time comes for us all. These lists suck. How do we not have on the internet in 2022?
Why don't you take the time to make one?
Jesus, how many ads do you have on this fucking thing? Hottest politicians in the U.S.
Sure.
Sexiest politicians alive. 21 most beautiful female American politicians. All right, let's check out this one. Do we finally have a decent one?
Oh, there she is. She's up. She's on this one.
All right, Joni Ernst. And okay, so we're not going to have pictures.
We got to see who the number one is.
All right, let's see this warlock.
Alejandra
Campoverde. What does she do for herself? Nationally recognized women's health advocate. So she used to be a politician, but now she's like in the private sector.
That was that hot chick from the other list.
I know, but she's not really a politician. She was like in a thing.
She's hotter than anyone else I saw.
She's very good looking. AOC's number 2. Kristi Noem is number 5.
How dare people put AOC before Kristi Noem?
Tulsi Gabbard is 6. She's pretty cute.
Tulsi Gabbard's hotter than AOC. This list is atrocious.
People are saying Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert's cute. I mean, she's crazy. She's out of her goddamn mind, but she's cute.
Is she that one with the glasses?
Yeah.
Okay. She's all right. Again, I'd put her above AOC.
Would you splooge on her glasses?
Yeah, if I could.
Yeah. See? Yes. Sorry. Just responding to something real quick. That was unprofessional.
That was very random.
Your wife makes cuckold tapes. Oh, that's a nice little fantasy you have. Look at you go.
Why do I get all these allegations?
Look at you spending your time coming up with fan fiction. Why don't you? Come on. Let me know what else. What else do you think about me and my wife here when you're all by yourself? Come on, Brandon.
I'd rather not know.
Out with it. It gets darker than that in that old brain of yours.
Come on. I don't want to know.
Come on, Brandon. You know how gross and disgusting it gets in that damp recesses of your cerebral cortex. He says, I got you guys on video. Wait a minute. Was this? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this
What
was...
is going
Oh,
on?
he thinks... Oh, you know what? I think he thinks I'm Bubba the Love Sponge. That would explain it.
So I'm fucking Hulk Hogan?
Brandon, sorry. You,
What do you mean you've got us on video?
Sorry, Brandon. I didn't know that you didn't know who you were talking to. Now it all makes sense.
Very creepy.
The New York Times received that always weirds me out a little from people like that because it's like, dude, you thought about that.
I am thoroughly weirded out right now.
It's a creepy way to go because you're trying to go out there and like burn the people doing the show, but all you're doing is goes, all right, guys, look, I've disliked your show. I've wanted to talk shit about you. I've thought about your guys' sex life a lot. I've thought about your dick. I've thought about her vagina. I've thought about you guys fucking each other and other people. And here's what I've come to. And I'm just sitting here going, dude, not the own that you think it is. Move along. He says, I'm going to expose you. Oh, now you're making yourself a gimmick and a bit. Don't do that. I
think this guy tried this last week. Don't you remember?
Brandon, don't try to be Red Bar. There's nothing grosser than a fan trying to be Red Bar. It's so douchey.
But don't test him. He's got videos of us doing cuckold porn.
Brandon, there's only one Mike David, and he would cringe watching you do stuff like this. He would go, oh God, this is like, I'm doing it and I'm being fucking retarded. And I'm doing a bit. I watch people do it seriously thinking that that's what I want done. Oh, you would be very upset with your disciple there, Brandon.
Those rooms had cameras.
They did. That is true, Brandon. Those rooms did have cameras.
You know what? You got us. Whenever we visit Mystic or whenever we visit Vegas, it's a lot of cuck porn.
Brandon, I want you to be very honest with me. Do you take medication? Because I feel like this is a real big budding mental illness. He says, I know what you did. Boy,
wow.
This guy gets called out, he gets humiliated, and the guy still does not want to give up the bit. I like him. He's a good punching bag.
Hold on. If I do cuck porn, that means he was obviously there. So who is the guy who was fucking? Who was it then?
Shit.
If
yeah,
he knows,
who was it? I need to know. You're going to help me. Oh, wait, no, it was cuckold, so I had to be there watching, right?
That's what I'm saying. You were clearly in the room. Do you remember the guy?
I do. I don't know. Brandon,
I don't know.
We're going to find out if Brandon knows here. I don't know. Oh, Brandon, are you not playing anymore? Come on.
Come on, I was really interested. Who was this?
Come on, Brandon. Just because you've done this to 90 other shows and they've gotten mad at you, and now we come here.
It will be revealed.
Oh, it will all be revealed. Well, why leave us waiting, buddy?
Don't
Come
leave
on.
us waiting. I was always wondering what that guy's name was.
Come on. Just because on this show we play around with you guys and we kind of play with our food a little bit, doesn't mean that you have to get sheepish. He says, we know everything. Okay, but Brandon, here's the problem. Here's the problem with doing this bit. When you do this bit, you have to like move the bit along. Just dragging out the same thing over and over gets really boring. Like you're making me want to move on now.
Now you're not being funny.
He says, we all know about your little misadventures. No offense, buddy. You said that 90 times now. You gotta, come on, you gotta progress the bit. I'm trying to help these people be better trolls because I deserve better trolls.
I agree.
Brandon, if you don't move the bit along, I'm going to have the mods hide you.
Who is this we,
Because
by the
you're
way?
not because of what you're saying, but because you're dragging down the show. Yeah, even the audience is saying, come on.
Tapes
or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Come on, Brandon. Let's do this thing. Marquise, call back in a little bit. I got to hook up the phone here.
Oh, Aaron.
What do you do? What a dumb piece of shit I am. Let me hook this up so Marquise can call in.
Maybe
Yeah.
Marquise remembers who it was.
Brandon, I got to be honest. If you don't move the bit along here, buddy, see, I was rolling with you, but you're not good at it. So unless he goes, a cat plays with its prey. Well, that's what I'm doing with you. You don't realize that you're the prey here, buddy. You're too autistic. I hate it when they're too autistic to play along.
They don't understand.
And they don't realize I'm the cat and he's the prey. He goes, you're too anxious to see, huh? Oh, God. No. Now you're just being boring. That's my problem with you.
I feel like at this point, like if we're this cool with, we've done cuck porn, you could at least tell everyone who it was.
Yeah. It doesn't go at your pace, cuck. You're an audience member. I can't be your cuck. You're my audience member. You're my bitch. You're here at my, what do you call it? My favor.
Did you fuck him and then not call him back?
I must have. I must have really upset him.
Oh, maybe that was the cuck porn. I was the one in the corner.
Right. Gray Idol says it best. Make it funny, Brandon. That's all.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Brandon, you're not very good at this, and then you do the same thing that other people who aren't good at this do. You go, well, I'm cucking you. No, you don't even know what that word means. You're just being boring on a show. The host is trying to work with you. Other hosts ban you at this point. I haven't because I'm trying to help you, and you're sucking.
All he can say is triggered.
I know, and now he's saying triggered. Shit. See, Brandon, this is why every show you do this to bans you, is because, not because you're affecting them or you're triggering them. They just go, all right, let's play along. Let's see what he's got. And then you just say the same shit over and over. And then we go, all right, guys, go ahead and hide him. He's not gonna, he's too wrapped up in his own horse shit. Yeah, people are saying Brandon eats butt. Yeah, it's not looking good. They're not giving you good
Brandon
reviews,
said
pal.
good night.
Oh, no, come on, Brandon.
Don't leave.
Just because we beat you up a little bit, we made you look silly, and now everybody's turned on you. And he got hidden. Oh, see.
Now we'll never know who the third one was.
God damn it. Oh, and then he got unhidden.
Fun.
Yeah, Brandon, don't just take your beating and then take your ball and go home. We're trying to make you better, buddy. Do a good bit. Oh, we're a different kind of show here, pal. Yeah, even Gene Malaprop, who's a decent troll, says Brandon has rectal cranium inversion. That's probably true. No, unban him real quick, Hulkamash. We're going to give him one more chance. Marquise, go ahead.
So I got my cocoa butter lotion.
Oh,
I got my trusty nut rag. I call her Susie. Keep it real with me, Aaron. Tell me about it. How was it? How was it? Come on, man.
How was what? How was what? How was what?
How was the cuckold? How was it? Man? Tell me.
Oh,
He's looking for details.
April sat in the corner fiddling herself like a champ, and
keep going.
No, this. You know what? Now it's getting gay. Now it's getting gay.
It's so hot.
It got a little too gay for me. I got a little homophobic. I'm sorry.
Now Susie's not going to get any action.
Sorry, Susie. He'll find a way. He'll find a way.
That's very funny. He was just looking for dirty details.
I just wanted Brandon to have some fun and play, and he took it too seriously, and now I think he ran off. Clumpy Cat Litter says, Aaron, I shall provide the trolling you deserve. Happy New Year, sir. Yes! Clumpy Cat Litter goes on other people's shows and shit talks us. It's hilarious.
Does he really?
Yes, he goes in
that's
other
fun.
people's chat, and he makes them think that he fucking hates me and says terrible things about our show. Like, I'll see Clumpy Cat Litter sometimes, and even though I've seen him do the same bit like 3 times, each time he does it, I still go, hey, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, it's Clumpy Cat Litter.
Why would you say that?
Yeah. I thought you liked me, bro. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, you blue-balled Marquise.
I'm sorry, Marquise. I didn't mean to blue ball you, buddy. All right, I got people telling me, please check Twitter. All right, let's check Twitter.
Oh, my God.
Definitely with April, as it concerns wonderful Christmas time, I too walked out anytime that audio abortion played at a store.
I agree. Fuck that song.
I still say that Last Christmas song by Wham needs to be destroyed. 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 Impressed. April was raised a farmer's milkmaid. That's April right there. That's from Dabbling John.
I liked hot
or
as a
Dabblers
kid.
Anonymous.
I was a hot kid, huh?
That does look like you in that painting.
That is my face, Aaron.
Oh, is it? Oh!
I don't like that I have to explain this fine man's work.
And that's a redhead right there. So he put your face on Chrissy Mayr's body.
Well, damn, I look good.
What that ended up being. All right. Is that what I was checking?
That was very funny.
Is that what I was checking Twitter for?
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
buddy. KF says, Aaron, you have to go look at Brandon Quay's YouTube channel. He's unhinged. Oh, you want to go watch him?
I mean, do I?
You want to go watch this dude?
Is it my birthday?
Also, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. We are an even $200 away from next Wednesday evening's goal. Thank you guys very much for that. We can keep a steady stream going over these next couple weeks, and we can just stay ahead for a while.
That'd be cool.
He's a targeted individual who thinks he's gang stock. You can't get more pathetic than that. Uh-oh.
What's gang stock?
I don't know
internet terms.
Let's take a look. Someone says redheaded April would be a smoke show. I'm not a big fan of
I'm
not a redhead guy.
I have not put any hair color in my hair for, I would say, about 12 years, but I used to have like a really deep red, like peekaboo underneath, actually. It was pretty hot. I liked it.
Brandon Quay.
My
This
hair
was
doesn't-
him, right? Uh-oh. Oh, is he an Elisa? He's an Elisa Jordana guy? Oh, no. Oh, boy, this guy is a fucking Looney Tune. Oh, he's at a gun range? Look how obsessed and dangerous stalkers are. Dan exposed. Going in on these Buster shills?
I mean, it looks like you could pick any of them.
Do you want to do, let's do the Buster shills. Paid stalker, coughing rat. Okay. Threats, backstory, hashtag gangsta. Oh, he's an Elisa.
Can I tell you something?
He's a Jordana guy.
I'm kind of scared that if we clicked on any of these, that something nasty might
we'll
come
see
in
here.
there.
Yo, what's up, bro? I'm about to go in on this fucking clown ass fake TIs.
You talking about me? Sorry. I just heard
your clown ass fake.
I just heard
TI.
fake TI, and that's what a lot of people tell me.
Oh, I get it.
Clown ass fake ass Brokeback Mountain Matrix TV.
He was gonna say broke ass, but he said broke back, so he had to fix it real quick and turn it into something.
Bro, where are we?
Yeah, what the hell is going on here?
What is that?
Absent-minded Abe. Bitch ass targeted Tony, who doesn't even bitch ass targeted Tony. Where's your videos at now? Where's your consistent evidence at now? Fucking fake ass TI. You ain't no real TI, bro. Brokeback Matrix. This dude made a video.
that's right. You don't check your daughter's hymen.
I hope you don't either.
Wasn't that TI?
Yeah.
About me earlier, bro. This fucking dude, bro. This motherfucker, I got you on video on my channel, bro. I got a video of you. Of clown ass Brokeback Mountain TV, Broke Boy TV. This motherfucker was ODing on meth, dude, or on X, supposedly, dude. Supposedly ODing on X.
Supposedly.
Calling 911, laying naked in his bathtub, bro, in his own mom.
How do you know all these things about people being naked and
He's
all
got
this
his
shit?
little birds.
Oh, he's like Varys.
So he just
see.
has videos on everyone. Well, I'd love to see our cuck porn sometime.
I would love to have him put that out there.
I'm assuming I'm the one in the corner.
PSYOP by stalker agent at DNA 888. Is Frog involved? At Elisa
Is Kermit
Jordana.
involved?
Oh, is Kermit involved?
So he's another mental case that she's probably had.
So he's another
with.
Elisa mental case that my queen. That's the first one he has up is Elisa, my queen. He's got a bunch of shorts of planes flying in the sky. Oh boy. My boo, and it's Elisa Jordana.
Oh, and she's probably like sent him videos like saying his name and stuff.
Oh, for sure. This guy.
I think this guy can go out of our chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't want that guy? Wow, this guy is he's an interesting fella. I'll say that much. It's too bad we're not going to have him as a Steel Toe fan. Well, no wonder he's a dipshit and can't keep a bit going and move it along. I mean, he's a Elisa Jordana fan. Now I get it.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, now I understand. Hey, I've got some interesting news for you. Oh, he's back. He says, you're a clown. Dude, we checked out some of your videos. Oh, God. Oh, I wish you would have left him there for a second. But that's okay. Just leave
Why
him
does
hidden.
his input matter?
Brandon, we checked out your videos. Oof is all I'll say.
Picking the wrong heroes, too.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really going to get you anywhere. But, yeah, we saw your content, and your previous comments, I will say, make a whole lot of sense.
I wonder how much Jordana cares about him, by the way.
Oh, so much. Oh, she cares so much about all her fans.
I care a lot.
A 37-year-old ABC News executive reporter died suddenly of a heart attack Friday. That's interesting.
Interesting.
I know a lot of
sick?
I know a lot of 37-year-olds who just drop dead of heart attacks.
Oh, it seems like it's your time next year.
Oh, just all of them. Just I mean, our whole lives, how many times have we heard, hey, 37-year-old dropped dead of a heart attack?
It is when the heart problems set in.
We're never going to talk about it, are we?
No, you can't at this point. It's too painful.
We're so, our country, our media and our politicians are so invested in this whole thing because they made mandates and they forced people to do it, and there were workplaces that made people do it, and they are so invested in this now that they can't even say that, hey, maybe we should look into it.
I mean,
maybe we should check. I got a lot of 36-year-olds dropping dead of heart attacks that were never dropping dead before. Can we at least look for a correlation? What did all of these people have in common? I don't care if you look at diet first. I don't care if you look at exercise amount first. I don't care care what you look at first, because I know ultimately what you're going to find out about what they all had in common. So look at everything you want, but can we at least look?
You know what's really funny is they can come up with studies that have found that people that were unvaccinated get in more car accidents and therefore should pay higher car insurance, but we can't look into this.
We can't look into it. You're right. They'll come up with these stupid studies where it's shown that people who didn't get that particular treatment are more dangerous drivers and should be charged more for insurance. So wait a minute. You're saying you can look into that, but we can't look into why the 25 to 18, because some of it's high school football players and shit. But we can't look into why the 17 to 45-year-olds are dropping dead of heart attacks at record rates.
I've said it before. Do you think people that are out there, with certain medical procedures having been done to them already, do you think they're scared yet? Do you think anyone thinks about this?
You will be. You will be.
I feel like you all need life alert buttons just in case.
Right, exactly. Dax Teixeira was the executive producer of the ABC News Sunday Public Affairs program this week. Here's the Saturday memo sent to ABC News staff. It's with a heavy heart and great sadness that we share that our friend and colleague Dax Teixeira passed away suddenly of a heart attack last night. As executive producer of This Week with George Stephanopoulos, which is a big show, Dax's energy, passion, and love for that show, ABC News, and you shined every Sunday morning. That same love was extended to his precious girls. That's what it was. He loved too many things.
Aww.
His heart swelled up because of all the love, and it seized up, and he died.
It was his downfall.
That makes sense. It's that
and
vulnerability.
His most redeeming quality.
Yes.
At the same time.
Isn't that sad? Killed by the thing that he loved most. God,
I'm telling
we're just
you,
never gonna look.
I'm telling you that if people had to admit to everything that's gone wrong with all of this, under the umbrella, here the pandemic umbrella, it would hurt too bad. People cannot let their pride go.
Would you like to see a picture of the guy? Maybe he was a big old fat guy and he, had a heart attack.
Sickly.
Yeah, at 37.
And we have sad news to report. Our friend and colleague here at ABC, Dax Teixeira, died suddenly last night. Dax was the executive.
Wow.
He literally looks like the picture of health.
He's the healthiest dude. He's small.
He's
vibrant looking.
He looks like the healthiest guy, plenty of energy.
Happy
as a pig in shit. Yeah, that's the kind of guy. When I think of a guy that dies of 37 at a heart attack, I think of this guy.
Yeah.
I think of that face, that body type. I don't think of John Candy or Chris Farley.
No.
I think of this guy. Wow.
That is really upsetting.
I mean, at this point, you can say it's upsetting. To me, at this point, I'm laughing. It's so upsetting.
I'm not laughing yet. The psycho laughing will come next, I'm sure.
I'm laughing because I'm sitting here going, they're never going to even talk about it. This will keep happening for years and years and years and years, and we will never discuss it. Like, look, you and I aren't even talking about it right now.
No.
We're not talking about it.
No.
People know what
are we talking about?
People know what we're not talking about, but we're not talking about it.
It will surprise you how much we're not going to talk about
Exactly.
it. Okay.
Rumble Johnson. Stefan Bonner.
Oh, yeah. That reporter from Qatar at FIFA, the World Cup.
The reporter from America
I think
who was
he
in
was also
Qatar.
37.
There were 2 journalists that dropped dead in Qatar.
Yeah.
2 of them. That producer who just died now. There's been a bunch of them.
You know, they said that, was it Zimmer's kid? Mike Zimmer's kid was alcohol or something, but you never know.
Tristan Nash dropped dead at 20-something. Kevin says, it's because he quit drinking cold turkey. I'm sure.
I don't know. The chat really got on us about that too. But I've never seen that.
23-year-olds, 25-year-olds, whatever it is, don't drop dead. Sarah Lee, the NXT listener. Right. Raul Castillo says, aching for a banning. I haven't said what these people died of at all. I have not said anything. I have not intimated at anything. All I'm saying is I would like to look into what all of these people in their teens, 20s, and 30s who are dropping dead of heart attacks, I would like to know what they all have in common. That's all.
It is something to be curious about.
Raul, how am I aching for a banning? You see me walking that tightrope pretty well right now. I'm across the street.
How sad is that just even asking a question is ban-worthy?
Right. So you're aching for a banning. I haven't said anything about what I thought it was. Nothing. I'm talking about sudden adult death syndrome.
SADS.
Which I hope someday we find a cause for. We find a reason for it. I hope we do some research.
Realize what the cure is.
And realize what we can do to prevent SADS in the future. I'm not talking about anything ban-worthy, Raul, please. I'm talking about finding a cure for a disease that seems to be striking these poor young people and then finding the reason why it's happening and reversing it.
We don't want to lose more of our loved ones. Okay?
Right.
I'm sitting here, honestly, I do think of certain people who might be, in that age bracket at risk of dying, because they're that age, and it does kind of worry me.
SADS is very sad. There was one I wanted to say. Yeah, Mikey Two Milk says, Arbud Dwyer, fine 1 minute, drop dead the next. Poor Arbud. I think there might have been a pistol in the way on that one, though, so that might be cheating.
Okay.
Hulkamash Baby says, well, we had a world health problem, then we suddenly developed SADS. Maybe a step in the middle caused it. Maybe. But we'll see.
We'll never know, will we? Because nobody, wants to.
Who knows?
I heard, the whole Benoit family was doing fine, and then suddenly they weren't okay. It begs, questions.
The Benoits were doing well, then all of a sudden they weren't doing well. Who knows?
In shape.
I have an email from Brad. Brad says Zoom. Oh, no. So, Chad had his big comedy show that he's been promoting like crazy.
Birthday?
Yeah, for his birthday.
Okay.
Brad says, who lives in that area.
Got it.
Zumach's homecoming show in Ohio has a whopping 30 people, and the club did a heavy amount of papering for it. You know what papering means?
I'm assuming promoting.
No, giving out free tickets.
Oh.
There are 30 people, because the club wants people in there so they buy drinks and stuff. So they can
like the ticket sales isn't like what's going to make.
What they want to do with the ticket sales is pay the comics. Mm-hmm. They want to be able to break even on the comic with the ticket sales, and then where they make their money is on the booze. So Zumach, the homecoming show in Ohio, has a whopping 30 people, and the club did a heavy amount of papering for it. Oh. We talked about this when you were doing the vagina top lip, and then we did the meme thing. There was a point where we went, now it's sad.
Well, yeah.
Now it's
he's
sad.
Not doing well.
Umberto's number one fan says, oh my God, are Chad and Andre Jefferson having a combo birthday show? Maybe.
Maybe they should get together for the New Year's Eve bash.
Oh, you know what they could call it? The We Fucking Hate Steel Toe Bash.
I'd go.
They could use our name, and then they'd maybe sell some tickets.
You think if I colored my hair, if either of them would recognize me?
Ooh, undercover. I like it. 30 people with tickets being given away. Ooh.
Yeah.
That is rough. That's almost, I mean, 30,
that's not good.
30 tickets sold is bad. 30 with heavy papering, that's, oh man, is that awful. I mean, at what point is that just a bringer show then? Like, you're not even a professional comic at that point. There's this thing that open micers do. It's called bringer shows.
Okay.
You get paid based on how many people you bring. So if you get 15 people to show up and they go $5 or $10 a ticket, you get 5 of each one. You know, you make yourself $50, $60.
Pay for your tab.
Pay for your booze, basically. Oof.
Ouch.
Triple N says that is a bringer show. You're right. That is a bringer. He basically did a bringer show.
He called like anyone he knew.
Dude, and he's been promoting that for months. He's been promoting that since at least Halloween.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be carrying on about stuff like the way he does.
I suppose if you act like a crazy asshole forever.
Like, people will, when I go to comics around here, like when I go to shows around here, I know them personally, and that's the only reason I go. So to me, if I'm going to go buy a ticket to another comedy show, I'm probably going to look into like a little bit about the person. And I feel like you don't have to dig deep to find his crazy.
Right.
You know, like, you don't need that.
That is, that's pretty bad, man. That's so, Brad, thank you for that piece of information. Pictures would be awesome. But, you know me.
Probably get yelled at for pulling out a camera because you'd be so obvious because you're one of the only people there.
Well, remember at the thing that they went to Florida for. Carl went there. Content House. Remember at Content House, Carl did Who Are These
Comedians
Podcasts?
of the Compound. That one.
Content House, but at Content House, Carl did a Who Are These Podcasts episode, and it was one of Chad's recent headline spots where there were 7 people there, and he played it. So I'm sure if Chad saw a phone at one of his shows, he'd want it taken right away because he's very paranoid about the internet
That's
stuff.
what I would assume. And if you're one of the only people there, it's going to be pretty obvious.
I mean, yeah. Who is it? JJ says it in the chat perfectly. Surprised Chad's entire high school didn't go because he was cool then. You watched the Chad cameo video pitch, right? Yeah, I saw it. I don't know if April cares to see it or not, but he's got a cameo now, and he's even angry in that. If you want me to wish someone a happy birthday or shit on somebody, I'll do that. Let me shit on somebody. It's like,
how are you just going to be angry all the time? I couldn't live like that. It's so much nicer not doing that.
Maybe he won't be for much longer. Who knows?
Like, I don't root for that.
Some people can only take so much sad. That's all I'm saying. Some people can only take so much sad. As they said in the Shawshank Redemption, every man has his breaking point.
I hear you.
Let's go to Arizona. Do we have a video version of this? I always like it if there's a video version of a story. Oh well. An Arizona man is accused of performing a ritual to bring a dead woman back to life. April, what kind of ritual would you perform to bring a dead person back to life?
A Lord of Light ritual.
Okay, Lord of Light ritual. Maybe Narcan.
Narcan works.
Could be a possibility. Okay.
What is it called?
The adrenaline shot?
The AED.
Oh, a defibrillator.
Yeah.
Is that what that's called? An AED? I didn't know that. I always knew it as a defibrillator. That would work as well. There's one other thing you could do.
Voodoo.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, sorry.
One of those little
I'm not the
dolls.
one who's so far away.
You can put a hex on his soul.
He decided to bring a dead woman back to life by stabbing her in the heart.
That's not right.
And then I feel like that's not going to do it.
That's typically not a good start.
I feel like that's going to run counter to what you're attempting to pull off.
You might lose some, blood and things like that.
And a vital organ.
A vital organ stops working. Uh-oh.
I mean, I don't think that's going to bring him back to life. That's like you're reaching into a car to pull stuff out to make it go again, and you grab the alternator, and you go, is this important? And you're like, well, I mean, kind of.
Man.
You go in there with a knife, you're rooting around, like, oh, what'll wake her back up? You pull it out like a shish kebab. There's a fucking heart and an artery on it. You're like, uh-oh, this looks crucial. Oh, boy.
Better cut it.
Man, you're like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. You put it in a doggy bag. You wrap it up. It didn't work. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
And he didn't tell police about the body for days. Stephen Joseph Anderson, 30. Well, after you stab someone in the heart to bring him back, you got to give it some time,
Well, he's in trauma now.
Jon
right?
Snow. Jon Snow sat there for what, an hour, like a day? Because wasn't it night and then daytime and then night
Yeah,
again?
I think he's out there for a full day.
Yeah. Stephen Joseph Anderson, 34 of Mesa, was arrested Wednesday and charged with 1 count of felony disorderly conduct, 1 felony count of mutilation of a body,
Ew.
and a misdemeanor count of failure to report a death. Anderson also faces a recommended charge of being prohibited possessor of weapons because he's a convicted felon and he's not allowed to have the knife. What kind of felony do you have to commit that you can't even own a fucking knife?
We don't even get like a knife block of steak knives.
Dude.
No more.
This guy gets a plastic butter knife to cut his meat with, and that's it.
And not even that. I feel like you can still hurt with that.
Was that you intimating the hurt? You're just poking me with a pen?
I was clicking my pen.
I can see where that would be harmful. Court records show that Anderson met the woman, Rebecca Lynn Lambert, 33, at a park near his house on November 12th. The couple went to Anderson's bedroom and allegedly took methamphetamine. Oh, that's how it starts.
They always have the best sex on meth.
Oh, just that good meth sex.
God, you
know?
never have to stop.
Brandon Quay films it.
Never get tired.
Anderson allegedly told investigators that he took a shower, and when he returned to the bedroom, Lambert was dead. So he watched Pulp Fiction, but because he was high on meth, he's like, well, I don't have any syringes. A knife will work. Now...
Yeah, maybe he just literally thought that if you stab someone in the heart, they just wake up.
Brought him back.
There's no Narcan in there.
No.
Anything.
Court documents state that Anderson tried to revive Lambert by performing a ritual that included stabbing the woman's heart with a 5-inch knife.
He did. That's what he thought.
He did. On November 14th, Anderson was observed in the middle of a street holding a knife and a hammer. Officers arriving at the scene moments later told him to drop the knife, which he did, and then they said, "Stop! Hammer time!" He dropped the hammer. Anderson was then taken into custody. According to police, Anderson was taken to a mental health facility. For what?
No idea. Seems stable.
Right. God, what a waste of time that was.
He tried to save a life.
The taxpayers are paying for that gas there, officer. He was trying to what?
Save a life.
Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. I'm afraid and a penitentiary. If I stayed up with you all night, then I would have stabbed you with a knife.
I like the remix.
Thank you. I'm a remix kind of a guy.
Oh.
Failure says, I hope it wasn't a nice knife he dropped. Yeah. I mean, you want to drop the shitty knife, not the good one.
Isn't there like the really expensive one called like Wusthof or something like that? You can go to the Grand Depot and it's like $300 for a chopping knife.
Well, those are the only ones that bring people back to life when you.
I think so. They've got magical powers.
Did he wrap the room in plastic and then put her on a table and then, cut her cheek and put a. That's too bad
That's
that
actually
show.
how I kill my deer.
That's too bad that there's like 4 terrible seasons of that show that exists now.
I know, because I really wanted to rewatch it, and then you wouldn't rewatch it with me because you don't.
We did. We rewatched until we were like.
You quit at the death. You didn't want to see her die again.
We didn't even get that far. I think we got to the Freebo season. We still weren't done with the Jimmy Smith season.
I thought you wanted to quit because you didn't want to see Rita die again.
No, we just stopped watching it. I think we started Scrubs or something.
Which we also never
Yeah.
finished. And then we quit that to watch Sopranos, which we also never finished.
And now we've started Game of Thrones for the
third and fourth
time. Dabblers Anonymous says April Imholt was the milk source while Aaron cared for her melons. And that is me in an old, I'm presuming, Jewish lady's body while she harvests melons and tomatoes.
Oh, I'm dead. I want framed images of these.
Dabblers Anonymous, officially the meme king of the Steel Toe Morning.
I want to see mine again.
The picture king of the Steel Toe Morning Show.
Look how good I look.
You fucking psychopath.
I love that. I really do want like a framed, or a canvas even would do.
Ask and you shall.
If somebody can paint it for me.
You should. Here's the, there you go. The P.O. box. There it is.
You're covering the.
Oh, my goodness. There you go. You hold it then, you fuck. Failure Terminated says last season of Scrubs sucked. Are you talking about the one that I don't even count as a season of Scrubs because they did all those different cast members and everything and tried to do like a Saved by the Bell, the new class thing?
I don't like it when they switch out cast. I hate that.
Scrubs actually had a really good finale, like that they could have ended on, and then ABC bought it. Or no, I think ABC bought it. They did a really good finale, but then ABC said, you guys are still doing good ratings for us. How about one more season? And all the stars were like, no, we want to go do movies and shit now.
So, how close was I to finishing Scrubs?
You're like 2 seasons away. The season you're
Why'd
on
you
and the
stop
next
me
one.
so soon?
I don't know. We can start watching it again.
Well, now,
we got
I don't know
Letterkenny.
what's going on.
We got
though.
Letterkenny. We got Game of Thrones. Yeah, you do. You remember. You'll know as soon
I
as
think
you...
all I remember is they just had a baby.
Yeah.
And
No, she said she lost the baby.
the blonde one lost the
Oh,
baby.
wait, but then she came back.
But Carla...
Oh, Carla and Turk had the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. That's
Right.
where we're at.
Wait, what'd you say, though, about the Elizabeth Taylor one?
Didn't she do that thing where she said she lost the baby, but then
That she lied because
She
she
lied.
didn't want him to be
she
involved?
didn't want him to be involved. Yeah, didn't she actually have that kid?
I think so. Now I'm questioning
I
myself.
can't remember. 495 Marauder said Scrubs, The Fray, 2007 flashback show. That was a great fucking episode.
It was. I cried. And actually, for as gay as the song that is, I think it's very well written and very well done. I love that song.
Every Scrubs fan, you know you're a Scrubs fan if you say the episode My Lunch and people go, yeah, I cried at that one.
It's just fucking awful.
And there's only one reason.
just a kick in the dick.
There's only one reason why that's a cry episode. John C. McGinley's a fucking really good actor.
Yeah.
They're actually lucky to have him because John C. McGinley had a solid movie career going. Like, if you look at his credits, like going back to Platoon and Seven and a bunch of other movies, like he's got a good movie career going. He had a kid with Down syndrome, and he wanted to do Scrubs because with a TV show, you can stay at home. Doing movies, you're always out on location filming.
Mm-hmm.
So he got to stay at home and do Scrubs, and he got to spend more time with his special needs kid. It's actually kind of a touching story as to why John McGinley ended up doing Scrubs. Elias says this season of Letterkenny sucked. The last season wasn't awesome either. Look, you can only do so much with that show.
It's gone downhill. You'll never get better than, what is the episode, Dicks Come Out?
Dicks Come Out was a
God,
really...
my favorite episode of all time.
Is that the one where they go and do the meats? Or is that the one before that?
Go and do the meats?
Where they go and have the meat thing at the Dicks? Where the boys go with Noah Dick and he's making...
I think
meats for 'em?
so.
Okay. Where they
Now
go to
you're
the Dick's
confusing
house.
me a little bit. They are definitely at the Dick's house.
Or are you talking about when the daughter goes on Rumspringa?
Is it the Rumspringa one? I don't think so. I think it's the other one.
John C. McGinley was the bad guy in a Steven Seagal movie. Yeah, he had a good, solid career going. But Gray Duckling said, who's the actor on Scrubs with a special ed kid? John C. McGinley, Dr. Cox. Had a special ed kid, and that's why he did the show. A Florida man threatened to kill someone with kindness and then later cut a man with a machete that had the word kindness written on the blade. I mean, look, you can say what you want about these Florida people, but they're literal. You know?
They're kind of crafty.
Right. They do what they say.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you with kindness. Oh, are you going to kill me with kindness? You motherfucker. You're like, oh, kindness is written on the blade. I mean, I'm going to run away from you in a second, but that's pretty witty.
Every good sword has a name.
Wouldn't think about it from a tard like you. And then you take off. Brian Stewart, 30, of Milton, was overheard by neighbors Friday telling a person inside his home that he was going to, quote, kill him with kindness. That does sound like the name of a pit bull, though, in fairness. Like you would unleash your pit bull on them.
Like you just got pit bulls with like the sweetest names of all time.
Kindness.
Joy. Faith.
Faith, hope. When a neighbor went to the home to ask Stewart to keep down the noise, Stewart raised a knife in the man's direction. A second neighbor stepped in front of Stewart to protect the first man and was cut by Stewart with the machete that had kindness written on it.
Oh.
The man suffered a half-inch cut on his hand. If you see a guy who has a blade with kindness written on it in his home, know that that guy has fantasized about using that just so he could say, I'm going to kill you with kindness. Do not test that man's gangster.
No, he's unhinged.
Yes, he's a guy who's definitely planning on using that.
How lucky, though, to only get away with a half-inch cut on your hand.
Right?
That's pretty lucky.
Stewart, who police say smelled of alcohol. What?
Stewart. You have to say it like that.
Aw, Stewart! Why were you drinking so much? Was arrested and placed in the back of a patrol car, as you are when you hack someone with a machete. After kicking and banging his head inside the vehicle, Stewart was stunned with a taser. That doesn't happen very often where you're such an unruly dick after they have you in the back seat that they're like, hey, bzz, That's where you don't even put the prongs in. You just take the actual detail and you just right to his neck.
Pipe down back there.
Keep it down. It's like the scenes in Idiocracy where they just turn around like, shut up.
Go away.
Stewart was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without the intent to kill and aggravated battery. Hey, now wait a minute. Without the attempt to kill, but he said he was going to kill the guy. Did he suck that bad at killing the guy that he couldn't even get an attempted murder charge?
I think you do. Like, I have a machete. They're large. Like I said, if you get away with a 1/2-inch cut, that's literally like this big, okay?
Yeah,
that is sucking at whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah, no offense, bro, but that's bullshit. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, just responding to messages again while we're doing a show because I'm such a goddamn professional, you know? Florida man says wind blew cocaine into his car. Hey, let's hear him out.
Why is all of this happening in Florida? Florida's like the place to be, but at the same time, it's like where the evil goes to live.
What would you like to do for overtime in about 5 minutes here? Do you want to look at some more Wrestling Otaku? That's a possibility.
Okay.
We could. I don't have I'm giving April's Parents Hobby Farm a break. I don't have a goofy guy to watch and make fun of and make a clip out of because like every other week, the last couple weeks, I'm already up to my eyeballs in clips.
Well, I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I already got a bunch of shit that I've got to get through.
Okay, so you only gave me one option.
Wrestling Otaku. We could see Ladies Man says stories. Oh, the Waffle House thing. Never mind. Fuck it. I know what I'm doing.
Waffle House?
Yeah, I'm going to give you the Waffle House story instead of Wrestling Otaku. I'll take into account other people's opinions and what they might want to do, but I forgot about the Georgia Waffle House story. Failure Terminated says, Steel Toe Morning Show, can I interest you in my Florida man story I was a part of? Okay, hold on a minute.
Yes.
Twitter.com/Aaron Imholt. Yeah, just follow me. I'll follow you back. And I will, you can DM me the story, or you can put the link to the story right there in the chat. Either one.
That works too.
I'll do it. Citizen M says, guess who just successfully bridged the gap between Kermit and Friends again and stopped an all-out war? What all-out war? Citizen M, inform me. Let me know what you're talking about. What kind of all-out war?
Call the show.
Yeah. With that Brandon Quay tard? Who cares?
What do you mean by stopped an all-out war?
Yeah, I'm interested. I want to know, but what, that Brandon Quay idiot was going to start something with us? Hey, like my Queen Elisa. Oh, good, because she's trying to kill Andy Dick again. I heard that she's up to her old ways with that. I don't think he was even fully processed out of the fucking jailhouse, and she already had him out on live streams. And her fucking idiot douchebag producer was bragging about it on Twitter. He was like, oh, she's with Andy Dick again. Isn't this wonderful? No, he needs help. She's the one who sent him on his latest spiral. She put him in that fucking nut house with that guy who just kept feeding him booze and drugs. Then she went out and used his highness and said, let's go out streaming, Andy, while you're all fucked up. And then he went to jail because she hooked him up with the whole RV thing.
Yeah.
And then he gets out of jail and right back with her. And now
that's where I kind of don't feel bad for him sometimes.
But that doesn't make her not a cunt.
I know. She's a cunt and he's a hopeless drug addict.
Because mark my words, she's going to have her fucking phone on at the funeral, crying her eyes out, but getting good beauty shots in front of the casket for her fucking live streams. That soulless bitch is going to kill that man. And then she's going to live stream at his fucking funeral, and she's going to put on crocodile tears and pretend she cares. She doesn't feel anything. You can pinch her. Nothing happens. She doesn't have sensory. She doesn't have feelings. Andy Dick dying, she'd go, oh, I got to find another way to live stream now. To her, Andy Dick dying is just a loss of a career opportunity.
Right.
So fuck her. By the way, I know I'm yelling. It actually feels good to go off on those Elisa Jordana rants. It's just me. What did Citizen M say? I want to know how he prevented an all-out war.
I don't know. What does an all-out war mean?
I'm interested in that. I mean, we won the last one, so I mean,
I'm with Hobo tonight, but how do you really feel? Starting and ending their show with yelling.
How do I really feel? She's a absolute feelingless sociopath, narcissistic user of mentally challenged adults and addicted people and vulnerable human beings who will lead to the death of Andy Dick someday because she doesn't give a flying fuck about him and is only using his drugged out corpse for clout. That's how I feel about her. How's your guys' take?
Anyway, our Florida story guy did put in the chat to search for stripper coconut. It's a Fox 9
Stripper
story.
coconut. Okay.
Something like that.
Citizen M says, I may have exaggerated my win, but I thought crisis negotiations went pretty well. Why? Was that Brandon Quay being a whiny little bitch? Because if so, I don't think that wasn't anything we could handle, but I appreciate your efforts, sir, and thank you. Stripper coconut, Florida.
He said it was a Fox 9.
I have a WFTV. Oh, there's video. Oh, it's one of those videos, though. I don't want that.
It's one of those videos?
Where it's just like music and text. I don't want that.
Okay.
I want like the news reporting on the stripper coconut story. WFTV. I don't have the Fox version. I do not have that.
I wish we did.
Nope. I don't have stripper coconut Florida Fox. Here's Fox News. I could go with that one. This is from May 19th of 2019. He was involved.
Well, he said, do you care? Like, can I interest you with one I was involved in?
He was involved in this. Okay. A Florida woman was charged with assault after she allegedly threw a coconut at a man outside of a strip club. Shantae Bolds, 36, was a 36-year-old stripper. That's
damn.
It's a little. She looks like a trans stripper too. No offense, because trans people are people too.
What is wrong with her eyebrows? They're like falling off the side of her face, though.
They're painted on.
They're crooked.
You're right. She did it in the mirror, and she's an idiot. That's what happened. Shantae Bolds, 36, was arrested Saturday after the incident at the VIP Gentlemen's Club in Key West. While sitting on the front porch of the club, a man reportedly began to film Bolds, which upset her. You know what? Our guy was probably in like the audio or like the video version of this story as one of the witnesses. So why don't I take her name, copy and paste it, and then we'll be able to find the story. Here we go.
You could go videos. Have you ever tried videos?
Yeah, but I usually don't get the good news videos when I do it that way. All right. See, yeah, this is the text one. Shit. Fox 13 Memphis. Yeah, see, it's just that. I hate those.
I don't like it either, so.
I hate the music. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, nothing there, nothing there. Well, fuck. The 36-year-old was arrested. She allegedly threw a coconut at the man as he passed by. Exposito reportedly walked by saying, "Ladies," and then she chucked a coconut at him. Officer said Bolds gave Exposito an earful of expletives as he walked by. She reportedly confessed to throwing the coconut at him, but claimed it never hit him. Who's just got a coconut?
I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, though. I like coconuts.
Just holding a coconut.
Maybe she stuffed her bras with them.
It's kind of a Donkey Kong stereotype, isn't it? Like, just chucking coconut.
Tiny bit. Yeah, are they just kind of everywhere down there? Are we dumb?
There was an Anthony Cumia tweet today that I may have commented on that some people could see as perhaps, I don't know, I wouldn't use the R word for it, but maybe a little presumptuous.
Direction?
Yeah, maybe that direction.
Okay.
Let me find it because he tweets a lot. So I got to see.
He has some spicy ones.
Oh, they get spicy. Let me continue scrolling down. I commented on it, and I was pretty proud of my comment, if I am being completely honest with you.
Did you get Daddy's pat of approval?
No. Look, I don't want to talk about that part. But
what the fuck was
here
that?
it is. This is this is on the bus.
No.
I have questions.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Mom. This is just hilarious. We're having a whole show on this bus.
So my comment I made after it was, shortly after this video, she threw her own shit and bit through the calf muscle of another passenger. You see, because that's what shit. I just thought it was a good line.
Yeah.
I was proud of it. I've got to see if that one video, if I'm planning on using it tomorrow or.
That is so bad.
Yeah, I think I totally skipped over a story I wanted to do for tomorrow's show, unless it's right here. Oh, no, okay, there's the Waffle House one. Oh, my God, I totally did. I skipped over the people, the men having cramps video.
No, that was on, Anthony had retweeted that too. There it is.
I know, but I had it in the prep sheets for today. And I must have accidentally deleted it.
This makes me so mad, honestly.
At some point.
Everyone's retweeting this too.
I wanted to kind of know how women felt about
Oh, I'll tell you, mad.
like this kind of story because, yeah, it does seem to me like, what the fuck, dude?
No,
I mean,
it's not something any woman's ever like thoroughly proud to like have or anything, like cramps and like periods and shit every month, but it's
let's not give away the story. This is we'll let you take a look here. Trans girl experiences first intense period after hormone replacement therapy. Now, April, as I understand it,
yes,
a period is the shedding of the uterine lining.
Correct.
Which, in order to have that, you need to possess a uterus.
Yes.
So merely having estrogen in your body, which I believe men have estrogen.
You do have certain levels of it.
So just having estrogen does not give you periods.
No.
You actually have to have a female reproductive organs in order to have a period excreted in which through the vaginal canal.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
you do. You need
Thank
the
you.
uterus to be shed, okay?
So
and to get cramps, you need the uterus to be cramping, like to be
Contracting.
contracting.
Okay, so
Therefore,
that's-
it cramps.
That's where the cramps come from.
Yes.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but no matter how much great work they do with a man transitioning into a woman, they cannot have a uterus.
No, I don't think you can implant one.
They cannot have a working female reproductive system.
Nope, you can fashion a good old vagina, but you can't give a uterus.
Okay,
yet.
now that would lead me to believe that they also then are incapable of having periods.
Correct.
This should not be a controversial thing that we're saying. This is
It's
just
not.
scientifically provable.
I don't know why you would want one. I don't know why you'd want to pretend to have one.
Because you've deluded yourself into thinking a certain way, and when you're backed into a corner, you just got to lean in.
I don't enjoy my life when I have my period.
None
Like,
of us
it's-
do.
I wonder sometimes if anyone knows.
You
like,
drag
I'm
me,
fine.
you
but
drag me down with you.
You talk about your symptoms more than
Right.
mine.
I don't like it.
I'm usually okay.
I don't like being around these broads when they're leaking. So anyway, here is a trans woman experiencing her first intense period after HRT. And this is not an opinion. This is 100% full-blown mental illness. There is no other explanation. There's no scientific explanation for this. There's no physical explanation for this. There's no anatomical explanation for this. This is unmitigated mental illness run amok, where I'm even going to go as far to say, I am not even doubting that this person is experiencing these pains. I believe that they've manifested these pains in their mind and created it for themselves.
You can have even just different varying forms of anxiety, and you can create physical symptoms that have no cause other than you created them.
Right.
But they do exist.
So let's go ahead and let's watch this person experience their first intense period. Not just a period, an intense one after HRT. Hormone replacement therapy.
Why? Stop.
They're putting a heating pad on their stomach where there's no fucking parts. You're literally just putting the heating pad where your intestines are.
Yeah, where you just,
Are you sure you're having a period or do you have diverticulitis? Because that's something they need to look
Dude,
into.
that'll kill you.
That'll be fucking painful too.
It's not good.
You've either got appendicitis or diverticulitis.
Or you're really constipated.
Back in the late 2000s, nobody, There was only one opponent who could take the belt off of Brock Lesnar. And you know who that opponent was?
Who was it?
Diverticulitis. Knocked him off. He was beaten up. He had 2 or 3 title defenses. He was looking great. And then all of a sudden, sesame seed. And then it brought down the whole empire. He tried to come back, and Overeem and Velasquez beat him. And he's like, I think I'm going to walk away for about 5 years, and then came back and pounded the piss out of Mark Hunt. And then went, yeah, you know what? I think I'll take millions to work for Vince instead. This is hard. I'm going to get like $750,000 2-3 times a year.
Oh, wow.
To work for UFC. Or I could go to Vince and I could work like 10 dates and make $25 million. I think I'm going to go do the pro wrestling thing.
Why is this thing not hot? I swear to God, if anyone says welcome to womanhood, I'm going to lose my shit.
That's a guy thing to say. That's not a woman. That's not a girl thing to say. Like, I swear if anyone says this. And by the way, that voice indicates period. That more indicates menopause, that voice.
Yes, it does.
You look pissed.
I am. I'm at this. This type of shit is it's gross. It's fucked up. This is the type of shit I hope kids don't see, because then they're going to be talking to their friends like, what the hell's going on? You know, like kids starting to go through puberty and stuff. They're looking at everyone like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
I really, that's not okay, and that would have never been accepted by anybody 10 years ago.
You know what I kind of...
Never.
You know what I kind of like about this? Is that historically, men have been less and less in charge of framing conversations in this country over the last 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
They've kind of let women have more of a, hey, guys, sit back and let women have a voice. You know why? Because us women are more tolerant, and we're more forgiving, and we're more empathetic, and we're more this, and we're more that. Hey, guess what? We sat back, we watched you, and look what you fucking allowed. And you know what I kind of like about this? When women get mad and women get upset, is I go, look what you fucking did. Because this ain't an us creation. This ain't something that we allowed. We would have fought to the death for trans women not to be playing sports with biological women.
I will have you know, though, that there's plenty of women out here not okay with this.
I get that.
Ever.
But your people as a gender told us how fucking stupid we are, told us how fucking mean we are, how rude, how loud, how, terrible and aggressive we were, and they had a name for it. This toxic masculinity. All this toxic masculinity, we got to get rid of it. So they got rid of the toxic masculinity, and they said, boys are girls and girls are boys and whatever you want to be, absolutely, sweetheart, whatever you want. And now they're taking your periods away from you. They're taking your sports away from you.
I never would have thought I'd have to talk about, by the way.
Right. They're doing all of this stuff to you. And now everyone wants to look at us and go, what happened? And we go, oh, I don't know. The same thing we were screaming at you would happen while you were calling us toxic.
Women literally, we have no men to choose from anymore because they're all women.
Right. Even guys who stay men are just complete bitches.
And now men that are men's men, technically, they're just, bigoted and transphobic. Because they don't agree with it.
Or they're incels. They're just not fucking with women anymore. They just don't want to.
This is fucked up. It does make me mad. This is not the right way to be living, and I hate to be sounding so old, but this is going to screw kids up because this shit gets sent around TikTok. I guarantee you our kids have seen this already. I promise they've seen this.
Rebel Coolidge says, Aaron, you have strong Jim Cornette vibes, which isn't an insult. I like Jim Cornette, and I've gotten the comparison many times. I do not take it as an insult. Look, if you're doing that, I hate people who do this and try to take themselves seriously and be respected. We're all performers, we're clowns, we're court jesters. So Jim Cornette is a very colorful, charismatic character. So if I'm compared to a colorful, charismatic character, that's a wonderful thing. Softcast says, you guys missed a bunch of Elisa backstory on Drew and Mike. I don't need backstory. What, that she's an even more total cunt than she even appears to be? Okay, I kind of knew that, though. Men can out women at womening, says Alex.
Yeah, they've got sports, periods.
I mean, look, this is kind of like...
child birth now. Get it? Because men can have babies.
This is kind of like when people ask, black preachers and stuff ask white people, what are we going to do about the black community and this, that, and the other thing? And you just look at them, you go, I can't do it from out here. You know, that's something that's going to have to be internal. Same thing with women. Well, what do we do now that we've allowed the fox in the hen house? And men are going to go, look, I could tell you what you need to do. You're not. I mean, here's the crazy.
Not willing.
Here's the crazy thing about women. We could tell them today how to get this to stop. And they go, no, it sounds too mean.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely what it is. I think, and it used to be like you used to say people are totally hacked for saying this too, but everyone is just kind of softer now. Everything is just kind of allowed, and even if you don't agree with it, you just kind of let it happen as long as it's not in your house.
The people in charge are softer now, but I 1,000% believe, and you've heard me say this before, and I swear to God I am right about it. There is a silent majority out there, and it's mostly us men who have been told to sit down, we're too toxic and everything else. We're still out there going, but you know what? Instead of us going, stop it, we were tired of yelling stop it and being called bigots and all kinds of different names. Now we're just sitting back instead of leaning forward, and we're going, I don't want to say I told us so, but I fucking I told us so.
I hate it when people say that.
We're just sitting here going, I told us so. And not like.
What is the I told us so? Why not just I told you so?
That's from Trailer Park Boys.
Well, that's why I don't like it.
Ricky goes, hey, Julian, I hate to say I told us so, but I fucking told us so. But,
I have a raging headache suddenly.
Oh, do you?
My eyes hurt, my head hurts.
You just got really mad at that guy.
It is gross. Come on. Like, periods are not something to be desired. Like, you don't want to have these things. Women hate these things.
You don't want periods?
I don't. I'm not using my shit either, so that's like absolutely infuriating.
Would you like to see some new art from Dabblers Anonymous to help you out?
Will it make me feel better?
Yeah. Would you like to see the Mona April?
Okay.
All right. Here's the Mona April from. Kind of makes you look a little downsy with her features, doesn't it?
I love it. I don't think I look downsy.
I think the features around you make it downsy.
No, well, that's your opinion. I think it's very attractive.
Your eyes look good in the Mona Lisa.
I look really, like, my eyes are nice and green. Like
I don't like her hair, though.
Of course, I don't like her hair either, but look, we didn't paint her hair. So.
That's what I mean. Like, everything around it kind of doesn't.
No, I like it. That's very cool.
Then there's another one. Why did he do 2 Mona Aprils?
I think he tweeted it the second time to say Mona April behind it.
Oh. Here I thought he was trying to, like, do a highlights thing, like which one of these is not like the other.
I dig it.
Okay.
That's cool. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Dabblers Anonymous. Yeah, I mean, we could help you guys solve this problem and solve the sports problem, April. We could get 2 birds stoned at once.
God willing. Like your lips to God's ears.
2 birds stoned at once.
Nice.
It's another Trailer Park Boys thing. It's normally kill 2 birds with
one
stone.
I got it. It's just, the headache. I honestly do have a raging headache. I'm trying really hard to get through this show.
Failure Terminated said, I don't dislike Trailer Park Boys. I enjoy it. Only like 3 episodes at a time. Then I forget it exists.
Yeah.
You know what I find really funny? Clips and compilations of Trailer Park Boys. I don't like whole episodes. Like if you get Ricky-isms, like a clip of Ricky-isms, that's funny. But like the whole episode, I don't need to sift through the episode to find Ricky-isms.
I just don't care for it, I guess.
Like if we go here, I can't play the video to this, obviously, but like this, I
just don't know how to express myself sometimes when I need to be properly different. Fuck. Number 1, we're on probation, which is no big deal, but, I don't really want to go back to jail. And number 2 or 3 or whatever number we're on, he's getting all frustrated, and you can go to college and get your little PFD or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't care. Just remember, Leahy, what comes around is all around.
Don't you mean what's all around comes around, Ricky?
It's pretty effed up if you can't leave our daughter with my father for half an hour.
Well, it's pretty effed up. The last time Ray took care of Trinity, she came home all effed up.
She had a few effing drinks.
See? Like, I don't want to watch the whole show. I just want to watch shit like this.
I certainly don't.
Yeah.
Knock, knock. Who's there, Rick? Mr. Stupidity Head that's fucking pissing me off right now thinks he's the captain of the shitliner, and by the way, your fish sticks suck, so fuck off. Looks like a
It's a good knock-knock joke, if you ask me.
Fish sticks suck, so fuck off. Looks like a tropical earthquake blew through here or something, man. What the fuck are you looking at, huh? Don't fucking stare at me. Leave my cat alone. Don't fucking stare at me.
He's gonna give us homemade hot dogs when we finish putting the signs up.
I'm gonna give you some homemade fuck-offs right now. What are you doing using your big school words? Just use normal people words and I'll understand what you're talking about. Hey, Sam, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Get the fuck off the stage, you idiot.
Supply and command. Mr. Denial and Error. Probably say knock knock. You'd say who's there, and he'd say a fucking idiot and tell you to fuck off. That's what I'd do.
Like little Piranhagus.
It's piranha, Rick. That's what I said, piranhagus. But the other thing is, it's a catch-23 situation.
It is a catch-23 situation.
Yeah, I guess so.
A ladybug. It's a caterpillar. Same as some of those sweet and powdered chicken things. And getting caught masturbating sucks. Like, I got caught masturbating in jail 7 or 8 times, and it really sucks. Make like a tree and fuck off.
All right, now I'm just watching TV.
That's
Sorry.
all right. I needed that little break.
So we have to finish The Sopranos. We have to finish Scrubs. We also have to walk the line of finishing Game of Thrones for the 3rd or 4th time. We're on season 2 or 3 right now.
Yeah.
So we got to work on all of this.
I like that show. I like that we can just kind of turn it on whenever because we've seen it before.
Right, exactly. We never got to this Florida guy, did we? A man pulled over by police in Fort Pierce last month. Let me just make sure I always go with a video if I can. A man pulled over by Fort Pierce police last month claimed the cocaine residue found inside a Budweiser can along with a crack pipe was blown there by the wind. Now, I hear tell that there are very serious winds in Florida.
Really strong ones.
They get really strong winds. But also, the lift, the amount of wind you would need to get enough lift to blow a crack pipe into somebody's car. I mean,
well,
I'm not saying, look, far be it for me to call this man a liar.
Right, you shouldn't.
But it seems improbable to me.
If that crack pipe's like empty and it hits like the bowl part of it just right and just lifts it up, you know, a good gust of wind. Maybe hurricane strength.
You blow a crack pipe into a car?
Blow it in there.
Okay. RGZ Max says, screw that, just watch Sopranos. Well, I mean, it is a good show. It's just...
I felt like it was getting a little slow.
It started slow, then it picked up, and it was really good. Then it got slow again. Spoiler alert, cover your ears. I think Ralph just died where we are, right?
Ralph did just die.
Yeah, Ralph just died. Or more appropriately...
And he's being outed for his, like, sexual habits.
Yeah, more appropriately, Tony murdered Ralph. Police noted that Joseph Zack, 37, appeared to be trying to discard an item when he was stopped for failing to pause at a stop sign. That's the thing with all these drunks and drug addicts and everything else. They never, ever get picked up or stopped for the drugs or the booze. They always do some stupid shit to draw attention to themselves. It's always, I didn't stop at a stop sign. It's like, if you've got a fucking crack pipe in your car, you dipshit, you should be 10 and 2 like when you're buzz driving in high school.
Yes.
You should be 10 and 2. You should have the radio off. You should have the windows up. You should be driving 5 miles per hour under the speed limit, the whole deal.
Yep.
You can't...
you got to be on your best behavior.
You can't be skipping through stop signs. You can't do a Minnesota rolling stop if you've got crack pipes in the car.
I think the only difference is, like, when you were driving, like, intoxicated back in college and shit, like, I always had the window down at least for some fresh air.
Yeah.
Kind of keeps you awake late at night.
Yeah, that can.
You
that
can't
can
be dozing
helpful.
off because suddenly if you doze off sleeping,
That's true.
driving, it's, you know.
You ever drive a little drunk on the way home from high school, and you're so tense and nervous that you accidentally do kind of jerk and move a little bit, and you're like, oh, fuck.
And you have to know this too, like, don't look at an item because you'll start drifting that way. It's kind of like when you're learning to drive, they say if you see a bicyclist, don't look at them. Just stay in your lane, otherwise you start drifting.
Now, my official advice is don't drive fucked up. But if you find yourself in the position and it's too late.
If you're the least drunk of your friends and you've got to, you know, take one for the team, do it right.
Exactly. Someone says pass out at a red light. No, because then you'll end up falling asleep and rolling into a tree like Zumach did. He wasn't drunk. What are you talking about?
I actually kind of didn't like your advice. Like, I always have the radio on, so I've got something to at least, like, sing with to keep me alert. Because usually by the time I'm going home, I'm fucked up and I'm ready for bed. Okay?
Okay.
Like, I've got to have something to, like, keep me alert, and I've got to have some fresh air. And I don't know. I've never had problems with it, really.
Yeah, just don't drive fucked up.
Probably should.
Yeah, just don't drive
It seems like we're doing a lot of steps here to like.
Yeah, doesn't this seem really difficult? Like, how about an Uber punched up on your phone? That
Just
seems pretty easy, right?
Look, when you're in college, what kind of money did you have?
Well, we didn't have Uber, believe it or not, when I was in college.
I don't think we did either.
I hate to tell you about the good old days.
No, we had taxis. I didn't have Ubers.
Oh, see, we had to do cabs too.
Yeah, don't
We had to
call
go-
me a fucking youngin.
We couldn't even call cabs downtown St. Cloud. You just had to stand in the street and fucking throw up a hand.
You want to know something?
What's that?
From the townhomes that my friends and I lived in, we always had to cross the river to get to campus to go party. And there was this lady, a cab driver who had a PT Cruiser who kind of knew our group, and she always knew when we'd be crossing that bridge. So she'd start driving that way at that time, and she'd always end up picking us up in the winter because it was just too cold, and we always had
It's a little
to.
creepy of her. I don't know if that's good customer service or.
No, she knew our schedule, kind of. Like, she paid attention, and she knew our names. And she always wore this, like, weird, wide-brimmed hat.
Yeah, I don't know if
In a
that's.
PT Cruiser, we just all pile in there.
Tell that story 6 more times and then feel like it's as cute as you think it is.
I thought
It's
it was
a little weird.
I thought it was nice of her to, like, care about us and get us, across that bridge safely.
Ashley says, I'm black. Cabs never stop for me. Oh, so you have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
That's
This is
not
all
nice.
white privilege conversation going on right now.
Maybe they just didn't see you.
Yeah, did you smile?
Were you blinking?
See, when you do the racism, it's like you get away with it because
I'm
it
cute.
sounds adorable.
It's so cute.
When I do it, I'm going, 'cause you're black. It's not as charming.
It's really obtuse of you.
Yeah, it's not as charming when I do it. I got to follow our boy back here. And so he can, is it ball cancer? Is that who? Just follow me. I'm going to follow ball cancer back so that ball cancer can send me
I
stuff.
would say you shouldn't have ball cancer following you around.
No,
but
it's too late for that.
alas.
Ball
You're
cancer.
not long for this world.
All right. Well, thank you, ball cancer, for following me. And I followed ball cancer back. Ashley does say April. I smiled.
That's good.
There you go. You
I
made
meant it, lighthearted.
Does she mean she smiled like at your joke, or she smiled for the cab and still couldn't get one?
Oh, I don't know.
Because if that's the
now I
case.
need to know.
Did you try dressing in a hat and tails with a stick in your hand and going like that with tap shoes on? Because a lot of times cabs will stop them.
It's a skosh too far.
Okay. Just trying to help a black man get a cab. That's all.
Are you misgendering this person? Their name is Ashley.
Yes, black man.
That is a
named Ashley.
lady.
When cops asked, anyway, back to the guy with the crack pipe in his car.
We still haven't figured out how this thing got in the car.
When cops asked Zach about the white residue inside the can, which eventually tested positive for crack cocaine, I had my money was on Smarties, but I was wrong, alas.
Fun dip for me.
He told them, quote, the police or the wind must have placed it there. Yeah. How come we can never find I always like an honest drug addict who's just like, yeah, you got me. I like a one that's just going to go,
You got me. Hand in the cookie jar.
but all these crank addicts who get arrested, they're like, oh, you must have planted that on me. Yeah, because looking at you, you look like a guy who just never touches the stuff and we're just out to get you.
Are you going to admit that you put the crack pipe there?
I mean,
Come
I'm gonna come up with a better story than the wind blew
here's
it
my
in there.
story. Oh, I gave somebody a ride earlier. They must have dropped it.
See, you could try that.
That's my best story I've got.
But then again, you're not a complete crank addict. I don't know if you know this. They tend not to
know.
think too well on the fly.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they really do very well just off the cuff. They're not
raging.
very good.
I have a headache because I'm coming down.
Those crackheads are not good ad-libbers, unfortunately. Yeah, they never just go, yeah, it's mine. It's always just that
Why would
stupid
you?
drug addict excuse shit.
But why are you going to go ahead and say it's yours? I'm actually on their side with this. I'm not going to tell people that's my crack pipe.
But what I'm saying is come up with something better than the wind. I mean, the police, look at you. You're not important enough. How dare you think that the police are going to waste good evidence blow on a fucking bum like you? If they're going to do it, they're going to do it to the guy running against their sheriff, or they're going to do it to some politician who wants to cut their budget. They're not going to do it to the local crackhead because they know that if they pull you over, odds are pretty good you're just going to have the crack there for them already.
What?
They get the crack from you so they can plant it on other people.
Say it isn't so.
They confiscate your crack so they can plant it on a crooked judge. That's how this game works. Balls Deep says, allow me a moment. Crackhead claims cop planted evidence. Crackhead is right about cop. Gets shot 5 times and has a gun planted too. Right.
That's true. It was their fault.
If they just put you in the back of the car and take you away, chances are the crack was yours. If he's not shot, the crackhead owns it, says Paul Steve. Exactly.
Very, very good detective work.
Yes. Mad Max Mardigan says, Aaron won't even come clean when you catch him with a cock in his mouth. I always say it's not my cock.
It is technically not your cock.
See? I always tell the truth.
Are you talking about
even when I lie?
Is that a cuck video again?
What?
You're bringing up?
No, I really was sucking my own dick. Unfortunately. I made it. Citizen M says, Shuli is going down. I'm telling you, it's all over the dabbler communities. He's being ripped to shreds. Well, we'll see. Like we say, maybe we won't make it to February.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe we don't have to go to Rochester.
I mean, we'll make it to February because we do a show on fucking everything. But man, who knows? Maybe, between the Dabble Court fiasco and by the way, I have the Kevin Dumbfuck video. I couldn't do it tonight because all of my timestamps are gone, and I have to timestamp the fucking thing.
You have to retamp it?
Yeah, I have to retamp it. Citizen M, I like Shuli. I like all those guys. They're nice to me. They've been nothing but supportive to us in our show. So I'm not telling anyone they have to like them. I'm not telling anyone that they have to hate anybody. Like, treat people the way you want to treat them, I guess. But for me, I like those guys. They teach me to talk, man. I like those guys. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. April, thank you a ton.
Thank you.
To the rest of you, tomorrow night is going to be a prize show. So if you're a member, $100 drawing tomorrow. You're automatically entered. If you want to become a member, become a member. There's also the $100 VIP drawing, and we'll be drawing for $250 for any of you or a VIP spot, whichever you choose if you win. That is tomorrow night on the prize show. But tomorrow morning, we've got 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time for the morning show. Be sure to join us then. You guys are just $195 away from next Wednesday's goal.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for that. Yes, our buddy Marquise has the Blackachoo show coming up next. It is... It starts right after our show's over. So there's Blackachoo in the chat. Click on Blackachoo. Go watch his show. Give him some numbers. Like, subscribe, the whole deal. Hit the like button on our show before you leave tonight. And let's get that number up. I don't know what it's at. I don't look. But hit the like button. Should be a lot of fun. Again, April, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of the rest of you. And we will talk to you tomorrow morning.